Hey, can you colour correct my top as well? Because it's creased.
No.
What? It's creased.
You should be shamed for that. What, you've been shaming him for being late? You can't iron your thing.
You need to pause a lot, bro.
You don't iron anyway, innit?
No, I do, but I just can't when I've got one leg. It's just, you got to...
What? Wait.
Yeah.
How have you tied ironing to having one leg?
Because I got to stand up and iron. I got an ironing
You
board.
said you had to stand up and iron.
How do you not iron? Like, I got
You
an ironing
can bring
board.
the ironing board down and you can sit down and iron.
You could, yeah.
You want me to sit down and iron like I'm enjoying this shit? Stand up and iron for years. That's what I've been doing. You stand up, you got all your clothes there, you iron them all.
Sometimes you got to adapt though. If you got one leg, you got to sit down and iron, blood.
Yeah, adapt. Like you. Let's be ready for 12. Thank you.
I was ready for 12. You guys
But yet you're going to the shop. I don't know.
It
doesn't feel ready to me. I definitely was here before 12. 11:49.
I mean, yeah, Diddy, by the time this comes out, Diddy's going to be found guilty or not.
Do you reckon he's get found guilty?
Or not.
Oh, not yeah.
He's going to get found guilty of something.
He has to, innit?
100% he's going to get found guilty of something.
Has your views on the situation like wholeheartedly changed from hearing? Because I know you would have like accessed a lot of information. Has it changed? Your views towards Cassie changed?
I'm conflicted with Cassie, but I'm not conflicted with Daphne.
Who's Daphne again?
50 Cent's baby mother, the mother of 50 Cent.
You mean Jane Doe?
Jane Doe.
Come on, we're just trying to.
I'm not conflicted.
Allegedly, and them thing there.
I'm not conflicted on that.
You're not.
No.
Do you think this is me? I don't know. Before anyone attacks me in the comments, I know I'm a bit of a. I hear you. Is Jane Doe the last evolution of what Cassie is?
Yes.
So does Cassie become a Jane Doe?
Or
is it possible? Sorry.
If Cassie was of the age that Jane Doe was, then I think that it becomes a different thing for me in my head. But with her being at the age and stage that she's at, and also participating in certain things before Diddy, I don't see it's not, because even in that, here's the thing that I understand, right? So he's told her this voyeurism thing. Are you into that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's familiar with it. We don't know what she was doing before. I'm talking about Jane Doe here, innit? Yeah.
Come on.
So now they've incorporated this into their lifestyle. Adding to the fact though, how they even met each other was mad. Remember, Diddy was already seeing another gal.
Yeah.
You know who the other gal was, right? It was one of her good friends.
What?
It was one of her good friends. So Diddy was with one of her good friends, yeah?
And they went to a party and
on
then
a boat.
Okay,
On
I
a
remember
boat.
now. Now I remember.
So when Diddy's obviously met her on the boat, they've sort of sneakily went off somewhere on the boat, whatever, took a number and started seeing each other on the low.
No, apparently it was like months after they started seeing each other now.
Well, I mean, obviously the text, you have to warm it up, innit, really?
Oh, yeah,
you can't just see each other immediately. You got to start chatting and understanding what the vibes is and whatnot.
But then
also,
like me,
that girl... Huh?
I thought Diddy was like me, but fair enough.
But also, that girl, it turns out that the girl that Diddy was originally seeing, which was Jane Doe's friend, she had a man.
What?
Yeah.
So
when her and Diddy sort of split, I think maybe she found out about what was going on with them two.
Yeah.
She's gone back to Italy and just married the Don that she was already with.
Yeah, sometimes when you get caught,
it happens.
Just come on, there's a little skid mark.
Go back to your safety net.
Yeah,
I hear it loudly.
Go with the money there.
Right then.
Come on.
So then, boom, now these two have got their thing going on or whatever else. Yeah, Diddy's then incorporated this thing, watching porn on the internet, whatnot, and saying to her, "Do you like that? Do you like that?" She's saying, yeah, whatever else, boom, boom, I can make this happen. Cool. They've flown a Don in. All of this has happened now, yeah? Now, here's where there's a light piece of sympathy that I do have for Jane Doe, yeah?
Okay.
Is that I can understand how, when you see how something makes someone so happy, yeah, you can be to a point where it's like, I don't know if I'm fully comfortable with doing this all of the time, but clearly, after the Dons come in and slam dunked her and done whatever, Diddy's still chopping. It's not like Diddy's like, all right, yeah, slam dunk, do this, that, whatever, bust the thing on her so I can pull it on my nipples and all of this, that. What's happening is, the Don's coming in and he's slam dunking the Jane Doe, but then after that, they will have their own time where he will obviously indulge in that. So I can see how she would be like, this is my favourite part. Unfortunately though, for her, she's thinking, I now have opened the doors for this to be, I've got to go through these, man, to get to this bit. So I can see how somebody can find themselves in a bit of a situation with that. However though, he did say to her a bunch of times, and there's voice notes on this, you don't have to do this. Like, I want was it a polygamous? Does polygamy mean
more than one?
More than one. He said a bunch of times, I want a polygamous lifestyle. This is what I want. So this is that. And she's in her 30s. So
38.
It's just a bit, I just can't, innit? But with Cassie, I can see, this is why I'm conflicted. When you meet a girl who's 19 years old, she's only been on earth for 19 years. She's got 19 years of experience, yeah? Yes, she was with a man that was 10 years older than her in Ryan Leslie. But she's met a different Don who is incredibly up. And I can see how a man has seen this girl, said, rah, she's clean. She's with my man. He's an idiot. Like, come around me. I'm going to show you lifestyle. Because Diddy's thing, completely separate. So now, you bring her into this, she's impressionable, all of that type of stuff now. And then a little while later, you thrust something upon her. And it's like, this is really new. And for me, in order for me to get this side of the person that I know that this person can be, I have to go through this, and this. And also a man's videoed it. I'm a little bit, because of the fact that she was young, I know that they were doing it for a very long time, but I can see how somebody gets stuck in that.
At what point is it her responsibility?
Good question. At what point is it her responsibility?
Is it her responsibility when she phones somebody saying, I can get you killed? Why are you telling me you've got a video of me? I'm going to chop you up in pieces. You know it can happen. I'm obviously paraphrasing, but a lot of those things were said. The vernacular is not too different. Is it her responsibility then?
I can understand how somebody is in a situation like this, there's video footage of her in like a mad compromising situation, and she's fighting for her life. So I can see how somebody would be on the phone and just say a bunch of stuff in hope that the outcome was going to go the way that she wanted it to go.
How would you feel if you was in court? Because I feel like this conversation is definitely drawn to like our personalities and who we are.
Yeah.
But Diddy's in court.
Yeah.
And this situation to send him to prison has to be beyond reasonable doubt.
100%.
And if you're in court and you hear a gal saying she's going to chop somebody up and it's her brethren, unless she gets the news and of what's going on. If you hear a girl talking about, I just want to have one last freak off. If you see a girl if you see Diddy saying, look man, I don't think we got time, and then the girl saying, no, I'll find the time, and orchestrating it, at what point is it her responsibility?
Well, here's the thing. There's two things on this, yeah? Remember, it's the jury that decide.
Yeah, no.
So it's a jury of what's supposed to be your peers, which obviously it could never be Diddy's peers.
There's not one black man in there.
There was actually.
He got taken out.
Yeah, because you know why that was though?
Because...
Yeah, they were doing a little eye contact, you can't do that in there.
And they don't understand. This is why I love women, you know. Women are the only people on planet Earth that can have this full-blown conversation. No one even knows. And there was bare things said from them looking at each other. You see, man, we're always bait. If I see something, I'll look at Chuckie like, look at me like, Gala can just do it on the sly. So, yeah, they were doing all that stuff.
So there's that, yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of, and this is what the lawyers do, yeah. They provoke emotion because essentially you're supposed to look at the facts, but also you're gonna go with a part of how you feel. So that's where it gets a bit tricky. However, the other side of this is that this is one of the reasons why they brought a therapist in the first place. Was it a therapist? Yeah, they brought a therapist. Was it a therapist? A counsellor or somebody? No, somebody who specialises in trauma. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that you can understand why people make certain decisions within trauma. So, for example, the Stockholm Syndrome thing, for example.
I've been there.
Right, there you go. So, this person will break down why...
Duskin. Thank you, I see you're sweating.
Yeah. He's under the cosh.
Via Coco. Chocolate.
Strongly.
Cherry.
What's this? Mag?
Cherry. What?
Is there young water there? Lovely stuff.
You're not drinking, are you, Chuckie?
No, not at the moment.
Fam, the way you said that sound like poet. Just allow me, man. R&B, as you were. Sorry, my dad.
Yeah, so...
Are you drinking?
Yeah, somebody who specialises in trauma or whatever will be able to break down why somebody would say something like that. Now, naturally, on a surface base, it sounds mad. When you've gone through all of this, you know that you feel uncomfortable, and you know that what you've been going through is mad. However, clearly you still have some type of liking to it. This still is a part of you, because you can look at the different types of men that she'd been with in and around that time. Whatever else, yeah. But though, the other side to that argument is, which a specialist would probably say, is that if you're dealing with a person who is so erratic, yeah, let's say they are like literally, there's two sides of a coin. One is really, really happy, and the other is really, really violent, yeah? When you're around that person when they're in that really, really happy stage, you just want that, because you know how bad it can get when it's on the other side. So now, I can see how somebody would say, I want this version. I want to experience this version one last time. But the only way that I can get there is
the freak off
by doing this. But this person, by getting there, is so euphoric.
Can I just pause you there? We're doing a lot of defending for Cassie. Not that we should.
No, I'm just presenting another argument. That's all.
No, 100%. How would you feel if you was Kid Cudi, you went outside to drive your car and you couldn't?
Screw him. I just went to go and check a gal, and I'm getting thrust into this whole next mad thing. I'll be pissed.
I'm not saying Diddy's innocent. Listen, internet, jury, do as you will with Diddy. Do as you will. Like, I'm not even, there's no point in even casting judgment on that situation. There's so much information for you to figure out what type of person that is. Like, kicking Diddy whilst he's down is, you're not doing anything new here. This is not revolutionary. But what I would say is, how many before we go, Cassie might be robbing. This might be Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, it could be.
And Cassie just said, you know what, I've had enough of this. I didn't get my pick-me. You went and got pick-me elsewhere. Let me show you what I'm on right now. Yeah. Because even the situation with the house, with the mum having to give Diddy 20 grand or all of that, super petty. I went into divulge into why, because you're up. Why'd you want 20 grand? Diddy was in his feelings because she was fucking the trainer.
He wanted the peas back.
So he said, oh, since that's what's going on, give me the money back. Yeah. And I ask every single man, how many times have you broke up with a gal? Yeah. And you thought about that ring that you bought her, that chain that you got her.
The bag.
I know a couple man that took everything back.
Even went in the fridge.
What? Earrings, everything you can think, laces, anything he contributed, he took back. The only thing they never take back is the pick-me, but that's another story. So I'm telling you right now, my guy, there's only so long I can look at this situation and say, would I even roll with Cassie? Would I have spoke to Cassie? Would she have been my G? How would I have spoken to her about the situation? Because the more I hear about the case, she is just the younger Jane Doe to me. Like, it's easy for me to look at her a victim now, but if I met Cassie 9 years into her relationship with Diddy, there's a case to say I would have been like, this girl's a mad girl. If you meet her at the start of the relationship, there's a case to say, what a sweet girl. Because Kid Cudi says she played both of us. Yeah. So this is why it makes it so difficult for me to even look at it and say, all right, cool, Diddy's gonna go to prison for a bare long. Because all the witnesses are idiots. All these people that you want to put on the case to throw this guy down, they're idiots. From Cassie basically admitting she probably still loves this guy, to Jane Doe. Fam, if that was the individual you was trying to put on the stand to make Diddy look bad, I don't think, obviously Diddy looks bad because the situations are bad, but these people look like accomplice. They look like an accomplice. They don't look like victims. They look like victims in the first few, what have you. And I'm sure there are aspects of it where they are 100% victims and things shouldn't have happened to them. But my Lord, when I take a look at some of the things that they've done as well, I'm just like, that's just a one big Jeremy Kyle mess, bruv.
But don't you think, yeah, that like the fact that you're saying that she's a younger Jane Doe, doesn't that matter though?
Of course.
Because she was younger.
Of course, but my whole thing is, when does it, because, okay.
I don't know what you're going to say.
When is it going to be a problem for another human being? When is her behaviour going to be a situation where she's no longer the victim? Because now let's take a look at Jane Doe.
What do you mean?
Jane Doe's not the victim no more to me.
No.
The kid's the victim.
Yes.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? Like, how long do we condone this behaviour before you've got a picnic and now your child, who's a kid, 50 Cent's son, allegedly, is now going to grow up, and this is like not going nowhere. At 18 years old, he's going to hear all the stuff that his mum's gone through.
In school, when he 18, when he's, how old is this you?
Which?
Jane Doe's child.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to go too mad in that. Yeah. But I'm just. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
When he goes to school, that's already a thing. Oh, isn't your mum the one?
Yeah, like,
yeah,
brother.
You know, but
and then you're talking about trauma, and you're saying people coming into. What trauma the picnic gonna go through? Something has to break the cycle, and I'm just saying, out of court now. Look, in court, but out of court in terms of who the victims are. Not in court. In court, the victims have to be Cassie and Jane Doe. They have to be, because it can't be Diddy. But in a life, there's a couple other victims. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, it's just a weird
all the mum. All Cassie's mum. Bigger victim than Cassie.
Yeah. Yeah, to have to give out, it's all mad.
20 bags.
But manipulation is a real thing, innit? So it's like, naturally, if somebody is a master manipulator, they just set traps nice and lightly, and then they just do it in a way where it's like, hold on 1 second, let me just give you all of this to show you how sick and how great and euphoric I can take this in life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And how this is. And then I just introduce something, and I show you that this thing here means the world to me. Yeah?
So if you want this,
then you got to do that
for me.
So I'm saying at a later part in your life, you have the cognitive ability, the cognitive dissidence to say, I ain't on that.
No more.
Or you do it one time and you say, I'm a bit uncomfortable with that. I don't know.
I think I quit.
Yeah, I think I quit. But you see, when you're still kind of in your formative, I give that one a little bit of a black. Now here's the thing. How does it tie into the racketeering though? Because the closing statements that they were giving, the prosecution and the defense is basically just saying, listen, like, yo, this case is a shambles. Ultimately, this is just about love, cheating, jealousy, and a bag of foolishness at the end of the day. Yeah?
What do you think when you hear it like that?
I hear it still. I hear it. When I was reading through all of the transcript, all the stuff that I've seen, in my mind, I'm just saying like, this just seems like a mess. This seems like this seems like polygamy going wrong. Do you get what I'm saying?
And do you know what? Sorry to cut you. Because Diddy is the individual that clearly is the perpetrator.
Yeah.
All of the information that we're primarily gonna get is leading to him being the perpetrator. But that's not all the information. Like I said, from time there's parts in this case where Cassie said, I can't leave Diddy, Jay-Z's already taken.
Yeah.
Again, paraphrasing, but along those types of lines.
Yeah.
I begin to wonder, yes, in this case, Cassie the victim, yes, you see her getting dragged bare things, this is mad. But you see, out of this courtroom and in her life, it's difficult for me to look at Cassie as a victim. It's difficult. Doesn't mean she isn't. Doesn't mean that there aren't parts, but it just means in a life, you and Diddy have victims.
Right.
In court, you are the victim.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
Here's where I disagree.
Okay.
I see it the other way around. I see it as in a life, Cassie was the victim. But in court, I don't know if she is the victim because we've got to connect this based upon the charges that Diddy is being charged for. So if everyone wants him for the racketeering case, for the racketeering charge, how does this tie in to the racketeering thing? Yes, I understand that people could say that, you know, the bodyguard was kind of involved by clearing up a couple things. Obviously, his assistant as well. His assistant knew everything that was going on, so she would know certain things or whatever.
True.
So there definitely are elements in there that you can tie to it as like he's using parts of the business to cover up what's going on. He tamped down Cassie one time, apparently, had her locked up in some hotel.
Brother,
so I can see it.
He
do you know
punched
what I mean?
her up a few times,
Yeah.
Bare
Blooded up her
times.
face and that had her in a bush in Jamaica and all them type of thing there, trying to run away from him. So I could definitely see how there were elements of this.
He didn't have to say Jamaica, but
Huh?
he didn't have to say it was in Jamaica.
Yeah, well, they was in there somewhere carrying on with something. Probably doing all of that voyeurism thing there as well.
Come on.
But then it's like, maybe this is not the right thing to do, but because I've watched so much documentaries about the mafia, I'm like looking at them as the same, and I'm like, it's hard for me to see them as the same.
Who?
Like Diddy and the mafia. Like Diddy and a mafia boss. That's the part I struggle with.
I don't look at Diddy as a mafia boss.
Well, that's what that whole thing was created for, essentially, the racketeering thing. And I know that things have to evolve and change, and there's nuances naturally. You know what I mean? If you've created something, if you've created a charge, then there's gonna be things over time where you're gonna have to be like, oh wait a minute, we didn't think about that. We got to add this in. We didn't think about that. We got to add this in. I hear that, but
my problem is this. I feel, from what I've seen, it doesn't mean anybody deserves anything and anybody has the right to do anything. Not saying that. But from what I've seen, my Chuckie, all I see is one man with far too much money, far too much power, far too much responsibility, and completely disrespected the responsibility he had. He disrespected the people within it. He misled the people, them that like myself, who believed he was a good individual making just good music. No, he was a monster. The problem I have is I just don't think the people closest to him wanted to leave that bad. I think when they weighed it up and said to themselves, yo, this life, although we've got some little bad stuff here, better things are gone. So it's so difficult, and again, all I've got is the same information everyone else has got, so I could be completely wrong. But it's very difficult for me to look at an individual that stays in a situation, again, I don't know about them things, but to stay there for so long, and it's not just Cassie, there's a bag of people staying there for so long, and then when it goes tits up, oh, that, oh, what the bomber club. Mace was gone from early. Cussing him. Gene Deal, gone from early. Cussing him. There's certain people that have been cussing Diddy for years, and they were slandered, they were joked, made to be like an idiot. So now when they're getting there, when I see Gene Deal with his little vodka and his thing, you've been telling people Diddy is an idiot. But you see everybody else now that want to jump on the bandwagon. Jump off, jump off, jump off, jump off. Because if he didn't get caught, you lot would still be getting your beat down now and whatever. You would still be profiting from the lifestyle, because as far as you're concerned, and do you know what leads me to believe as well? It happens a lot in that life.
Of course it does.
So if you're in that little bubble and you see it happening to other people, you probably go, well, that's just the way life is over here, I guess. Again, these are all assumptions. I don't have anything. All I have is the information you man have. But I'm just not about to jump at everything and go, everybody a victim. No, sir.
Well, here's my thing.
Pick me involved.
Here's my
real
thing.
Victim.
You see, you as a person, from how I know you, there isn't going to be, and maybe obviously we're talking from the benefit of now you being a big man, but even being a younger person, I can't imagine there being a situation where, because there's a lot of money around, people can carry on with a bag of fuckery and you're going to be for it.
You mean?
Yeah.
No, sir.
But
Rasta man.
There are a lot of people, that once they are introduced to a certain lifestyle, it's so difficult. It's so difficult to leave. Oh gosh. Timestamp that.
One day it's gonna stay in.
It's very, very difficult to leave, man. And I think so much people have like this desire to want to live a certain lifestyle.
Trust
me.
You
know what I'm saying?
And you know what? Sorry, go on. Sorry.
And so like now, if you are the dictator, you're the person who has the P. you're the person who has all the accolades and whatever. I think it is a lot easy. It's so easy to keep people in. It's so easy to keep people in because it's comfortable. And also, not even just that, it is like when you see somebody so happy in it and they're so generous, but then on the other hand, it's so mad. It's like now you want this lifestyle, but you are going to tread on thin ice in hope that you can just keep them on this side.
Now, this is a deeper one. We don't have to go this deep, but I feel like Frank Ocean. Actually, I don't feel like Frank now. He sees both sides like Chanel. I see one side. Look, my problem is this, Chuckie, and it has to stay here. We are creatures of habit. I admit that. We are creatures of habit, and it's very difficult to break certain habits. But after a decade, whether you're a victim or a perpetrator, I think we're all aware this is a mess. I think Cassie starts off like a victim, and in the eyes of Diddy, will always be a victim. But I think after 5, 6, 7 years being the mafia boss's gal, you got victims as well.
Yeah, she's caught bodies.
So I think because of that situation, when I look at this thing, it's very difficult for me to have a level of sympathy for anybody involved, because it's like, yeah, you lot of Diddy's done you so wrong, so wrong, and we've witnessed that. But this whole trial is to put down Diddy. If the narrative was different, and the narrative was, what did you profit from being around Diddy? We might find out more information that makes us go, rah. So you just stuck around because you was getting all of that. And then after 15 years, I meant to feel extremely like, oh my God, this is so sad. Big man, you walked away with 30 mil. Pitney got Beth. I'm not saying you should have gone through that. But at some point, I want to know when the victim becomes part of the operation. You can't be the victim all of the time, but you've told someone on the phone. Brazen. Not like you said it so confidently, it leads me to believe you may have said it before. Again, I don't know. I've got the same information as you, man. Maybe not all of you. I know some of you got some more. She's saying, I'm going to chop you into pieces, and you know I can do it, and I'm not going to do it myself. I'm not going to get blood on my hands. What the? Huh? This is... And that person, furthermore, is your friend. It's not like that anger's given to an individual that you have no loyalty to. Because then, you know, we've all been guilty of telling a man that we don't... I'll punch you up and whatever. Your brethren. You've told your brethren, I'm going to kill you and chop you up into pieces. That doesn't seem like it's the first time you said it, Chuckie.
No, I hear you. But do you know what? Maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I didn't hear that as her saying... I didn't realise it was a friend. I thought she was saying it to the... who was it who...
It's someone she knows.
It was one of the prostitutes. So
it's someone she knows, boy. She goes, how could you tell? You know me.
So basically, yeah, I'm getting them all mixed up. But there was one particular prostitute that they were always using. Or he was a dancer originally. He was
Anton?
coming there. Nah, that's Daphne. She was using Anton and Sly and them man there.
Anton's crazy.
Yeah.
He don't give a damn. Anton is outside, brother.
Anyway...
beating it up in parties in front of bare people.
I know, it's crazy.
Anton is outside.
But so there was this one particular guy that they...
He was having... Imagine they've gone... Sorry to cut you, just to inform you, EA. What I'm speaking about is, imagine Jane Doe has gone to a party in Las Vegas with apparently Kanye East, and they're in the party
with his wife.
With his wife. They're all in this party, and randomly you go around the corner, man are eating croissants, man are having champagne, and two people are just having sex, and it's calm.
Anton Hardon, his name is.
Anton Hardon.
Yes.
No, he works in the bookies.
Yeah.
Come on,
they got him in full exhibition mode.
Brother.
He's outside.
Like he's an art piece.
And there's another don called Sly. Sly Digger, his name.
And he's not Sly at all.
I hate that I know this. I hate that I know this.
So do I, but this case is just full of it, bro. Like,
but yeah, basically, also, okay, because this is interesting. Basically, what happened is one of the the porn stars, or one of the guys, one of the prostitutes, whatever, that was chopping Cassie. Apparently, he video recorded on the Sly. The reason why they have this relationship here is because Diddy had Cassie always communicating with them. So then what's happened is now, once they stop using this dancer, prostitute guy, whatever, yeah, he's basically turned around and said, listen, I want X amount of money for this. That's when Cassie's been like, what do you mean? But she had told him, Cassie had told Diddy before, I think my man's filming, you know. I think he's filming. And then Diddy was just like, oh, like, apparently he's, the way that I read it anyway, I don't know how it was, I'm reading it like this, was just that like, he said, oh, don't worry, we'll just deal with that later. But then when he's hit them with the extortion thing, that's when she's said what she said on the phone. The same thing happened with Jane Doe. Sly Digger, which is the other thing, he was recording on a low too. And then when the Cassie video thing came out, and the whole trial looked like it was going to become a thing, yeah, he's obviously realised, right, they're not going to be calling me anymore, because he's not calling me all the time. He's flying from Atlanta. He's from Atlanta, so he's flying here, there, boom, boom, boom. So now, once the whole thing's popped down now, he said, all right, listen, I've got this video anyway, so I'm going to need 10 racks for the thing. Obviously, Jane Doe has said that she's not giving him the P or whatever, but then I think he ended up selling the video. He sold the video to somebody else. There's a company right now that's got that video of her doing X, Y, and Z. But now, the other question that you asked was, at what point does the victim become the perpetrator?
Because remember, a lot of this, and this is my assumption, I have to be, obviously it's my assumption, a lot of this is so they can have a lifestyle. So as far as I'm concerned, if your self-respect and who you are is worth so little, you'll exchange it for a lifestyle, whether it's right or wrong, do not look at me for sympathy. I'm the hardback Jamaican uncle who don't care. What? You want to go over there and play them type of game? That's the consequence. Deal with it. Let's
take it away from this though, and let's actually just answer the question in general as well. Yeah, a victim becoming a perpetrator. Is there an argument to say that from? Oh no, you have to contextualize it. You have to.
In the eyes of someone, she's always a victim. I will never not say that. She's always a victim.
See, in this context, is there not an argument to say that from when you're the victim like this, you can't be the perpetrator?
Yes, you can. Because if I was born in a house, I was born in a house with mad things happening. There was mad stuff happening in my house. I easily could have used the excuse, I'm exposed to this, so I'm doing this. True. I don't. I've gone the opposite route. So one thing that separates every single human being on planet Earth is your skin color and your choice. There's not much other things that separate us. So the choices in which I made in a situation where I could have just said, hey, let me just give in to my environment, I decided that wasn't the right, whatever the reason was, I decided to go against that. It doesn't make, I'm not saying I'm a better person than anybody else, but there needs to be a level of acknowledgement for that. There needs to be an acknowledgement that you can change. If you decided to not change, there will be reasons why you haven't changed as well. But if you then become the individual that makes it difficult for other individuals, I can't go, oh my God, well, you was really, really... Brother, I'm sure Hitler might have been fucking... But he's still a cunt. Like, if you're a bad person after a... Like I said, we're creatures of habit. The moment what you've witnessed, you take it on board and it becomes a habit, you are becoming what you dislike. I can't show you that level of sympathy because you are no longer the main victim. You're a victim to a group of people, yeah. But now you got victims. So for me... The most important individual is the weakest person in the equation. So when we go to the Jane Doe situation, in court, we have but in life, it's the son. The son has to be the raw, like, I feel sorry for you, bro. You got your dad cussing your mum online, and then you get your mum getting beat out by Diddy,
but is the son
mummy,
is
everybody.
Is the son a victim yet, though? He's not a victim yet, is he?
Are you nuts? Wait till you have a child. Wait till you have a child. Wait till you have a child. And you see the effects of your absurd behaviour, and you think it's not having no effects on your youth, and then all of a sudden your youth says something, or your youth asks you a question, and you're looking at them and you don't know how to answer.
Yeah, you realise that your youth's been listening.
What?
And paying attention. Yeah, I hear it. So.
My brother, the things I could tell you off camera, because on camera is crazy.
He's not a baby.
Huh?
He's not a baby.
He's a youth, but it's been happening since he was a baby.
Yeah.
So that's conditioning now. If you tell him this is how a woman responds, or this is the way a woman's meant to behave, and I've seen these youths, you tell them this is how a woman's meant to behave, because of the way their mums behaved, not all women are like that. Big man, your mum shouldn't have had that.
Do you know what though? I guess, sorry, I'm playing angel's advocate constantly here. But the other side of that is, I think that, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know these people, innit? But I can see somebody saying, I'm not denying that my son or my child is a victim in this. Like, and they will be able to take full responsibility in the mud that they was in and how that could have affected the relationship with that person, so they can deal with that. That's if they are able to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Right? But this is obviously very different to like somebody essentially saying like, I didn't do nothing fuckery.
Who? Jane Doe?
Yeah.
But she did. Thank you, man. It's every week as well, isn't it?
You can't open it.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. In court, I know it stinks, man. In court, there's rules, and I'm cool with that. In court, she might be innocent, and we all go whatever.
Yeah.
But if the youth is a victim in her life, she did do something.
Yeah.
She did do something. Like, you can't say you didn't do nothing. You
Yeah,
did
well,
do
yeah,
something.
she's a very, like, when she met Diddy, she was a very big woman. She was already outside.
Pickney.
Yeah. So they already had, and also the circumstances in which I can't defend that. I'm not
Brother.
even defending that. I think I'm only more conflicted with the Cassie thing. With her, I'm not. But that's how I started this. I started this by saying, even by bringing her in and asking her questions, to me, it seemed as though a part of it was strengthening Diddy's case a little bit more.
Seems?
Yeah, because it's like, all right, cool.
It was
Like, there's a lot of fucking
strengthening.
going on or whatever. But I'm still not seeing too much of the racketeering stuff in there. I'm still not seeing too much of it. But listen, brother, we will know by Monday or by the time this comes out, the verdict will be out, I think. As quick as that.
They said it was going to be 6 weeks anyway. He's going to go prison.
He's going prison.
My
When
problem...
did he get arrested? Was it 2021? How long has he been in jail?
2021? Nah.
22.
Might have been yet.
So he's been in
He
jail
got
for-
arrested when they busted the... Pause.
Yeah.
When they came into the Miami home, right?
Yeah.
When they forwarded to the Miami home. That was 2021.
22.
That might have been last year or a year before.
He's
Oh,
been
man.
arrested September 24.
24, Ross.
Yeah.
So he
It
ain't
was-
been in jail that long.
No.
Oh, because I was going to say about the time served thing, but that's not going to happen then.
Because it was only last year. I remember he went back to New York.
Well, he's going to jail. He's going to jail.
100%. 100. But my problem is this year,
How long is he getting?
and I'm not saying Diddy should get forever. I'm not, but I just want things to be accurate.
What's your gut saying? More
Diddy,
than 10, more than 10 or less than 10?
Less.
I think Diddy's getting less than 10. And what Diddy should be getting, not that I want to see brothers go prison. I'm not trying to be an advocate for that. But Diddy should not only be getting prison, but when he comes out, if he had the opportunity, he should serve at least another 10 years in a place that teaches you how to indoctrinate yourself back into society and teaches
Yeah,
you all the
yeah.
things that you were doing that you
Rehabilitation.
could like, you need the biggest type of counselling.
Yeah.
Because you're a father. And now I'm thinking about your pickney victims. They had to go to court and hear all of that nastiness.
Mad.
Your twin daughters that just graduated the other day. Your son, King Combs, has now got an album with Kanye West. Like, this is a mess, bro. Yeah. You lot need cleansing. You keep talking about God. God can't save you. You gave up. Trust me, he gave up.
Yeah.
You think God's going to Diddy's house? Nah, man.
I heard somebody say something, by the way, yeah, about when they raided his yard, there was 2 different types of police forces that went into the yard, yeah. Obviously, they're looking for the footage and whatnot. Somebody saying that they've gone in there to get this footage just in case that there's anybody that is other people that are being caught in compromising situations. So essentially, somebody's lined that up. We got word that there was cameras and that in the yard. Listen, we're going to need you to go in there and seize everything. Scan it through. Make sure that this person ain't in there, that person ain't in there, whatever else. Because that's another lifestyle thing that you know is happening, isn't it? It's like, you have a party, everyone's just doing their thing, whatnot now. Before you know it, now it's like you feel like you're in a safe space. This person's in here doing that with this person, and this one's doing that, and they're sniffing, and do you get what I'm saying? It's all euphoric. They're seeing colours and that. They're in a safe space. They wake up in the morning, boom, cool. Everyone gets in their Ubers, their private, jump in the jet, go home, whatnot. Next minute you get a phone call. Yeah, how did you find last night? Yeah, it was good. I saw you in the room with, you know what I mean? I saw you sucking, you know what I mean? You enjoy that. Now you're thinking, what? How did you know? Anyway, hear what I'm saying, yeah? I need this favour. Can you wire over this and send it over. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you don't even make it seem like it's an issue because you've already let them know.
Yeah.
This is the pattern, my guy.
Yeah, this is the pattern now. I've got that. I need this. Yeah. And it's cool. Just send me that and we're all right now. Yeah? Yeah, it's crazy.
Did he ruin after parties?
Yes.
He ruined after parties.
I could imagine some of them being really good though. I can't even lie.
Of course.
If it's like, if there's elements of like, I'm sure that there must have been some moments where it was all consensual and it was just all a big major vibe.
But everyone keeps saying this, yeah, but remember, our perception of the freak-offs is, we weren't given that, you know. Like my perception of the freak-offs before the court case is, it's a yard and there's bare celebrities in there. And
yeah, that's true.
But it was just him, his gal, and a bag of porn stars. And Anton. And this one white brother that fell in love with Cassie.
Yes.
What an idiot.
Yeah. And the Punisher.
He didn't fall in love with Cassie.
He didn't, no.
He was outside doing his job.
He was really good the way that he talked about all of that situation still. I thought...
He articulated himself well.
Yeah, he did. And the interview with him and Cam was very sick.
Oh, Cam is...
Oi! Can we just move off this very quickly?
Of course.
20 years since Home Sweet Home. You know, I actually thought that the time had passed. Wasn't it that I said it to you?
Oh, one sec. Before we go to it, can I just go back to it and just say...
Oh, sorry.
Cassie, you should have quit when 50 Cent phoned Diddy about the pictures.
What pictures?
I was doing jump off debates with Chuckie them times.
Really?
That's when you should have quit. When 50 Cent, I'll never forget it. My cousins from the States hit me up. It was in Source magazine. 50 Cent had pictures of Cassie and he put them on that site that he had. He either put it on a site or Vlad put it on his site. But the pictures of Cassie getting naked were leaked time ago and it was meant to be a video. This is like 2011, 2010. We were doing jump off debates, bro. And from time 50, and that's when 50 went on a mad thing.
That must have hit Worldstar, and Worldstar would have been like...
What?
Like, when I tell you, piping hot.
But the thing is, that type of news was never commercial news. It was always for the hood.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, actually, talking of that, Worldstar Hip Hop responsible for desensitizing me to a whole load of foolishness. I'm telling you.
Hip Hop Vine compilation.
What? Let me tell you something, yeah. I was going on, at first, I used to go on Worldstar Hip Hop, yeah, just to see what was going on over there. Musically, interviews, this, that, and the fourth. Then it turned into the big booty thing, so I was on that. I was on a bit of that for a bit. And then all of a sudden it turned into the fucking smoke. People getting beat up. Remember there was some of them DVDs back in the... When they called Smack DVDs or whatever. Was that them?
Smack DVDs is...
What was the DVDs where there was just like man that just fighting?
I don't know what the names of them, but you just get loads of them. Yeah, you go market and buy them and just put them on the one DVD player. Come on, cuz.
Yeah, that was just maybe a little bit before Worldstar, but then it was all that. Then it turned into what was it? How did they put it? Over 18. You got to click some kind of consent thing to actually watch it because what you're about to watch is...
Oh, yeah, I remember those things.
So then now I'm like, all right, cool. Now you're hitting into... Because I'm curious now. So anytime I'm seeing it, I'm like, I've got to watch it now. No. Then I was seeing things that I, like, all to this day, I can't forget. There was one that I watched, yeah, where they were saying it happened in Brazil. Apparently, this Don had R'd this guy's sister.
Bruv.
I couldn't believe...
Is it the one where they go into his house or the one where they catch him on the estate?
No, they catch him outside.
Yeah.
Sort of absolutely...
Killing him.
When I tell you, Poe,
they're killing him,
they are mashing this Don to absolute pieces, bro. Like, all to this day, I will never forget how I felt when I saw that. Obviously, I'm conflicted because I'm saying, right, if he R'd...
Then you deserve it. I hear you, but it's...
The punishment was absolutely insane, bro.
Do you know one thing I will say? Oh yeah, what am I doing with...
Oh, what that?
Eucalyptus, man. Smell nice.
Strong, man.
Do you know what I've decided? Moving forward. Oh my God, I sprayed it in my drink.
Oh, mad.
Can't stop me.
Alright, cool.
Just before we move on to the God himself, Kano. You see that mentality, yeah? Do you know I'm slightly shifted from it? Like, you know when I used to watch it, but yeah, he deserves that. I started thinking about what Get said the other day about why he doesn't make certain music.
What
you
did
have
he
to be
say?
in a certain space.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And when you're in that space, or you place yourself in that space, it's a space of vulnerability. And I just think that, although I understand why you go mad at the individual, you're placing yourself in a dark space to do a good thing. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Just my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm a hypocrite,
do you
so I do
feel the release from doing it? Maybe some people do.
I think you do it hoping that you will feel something.
Yeah.
And more time, it ends up being a feeling you're chasing.
Yeah.
I know certain men that get into certain habits, feel a sense of euphoria, and they're forever chasing that feeling, not understanding that it doesn't exist. It's all in your mind.
Did you ever... Well, I'm just going to smell it now. Did you ever... Did we ever talk about the... Sorry, we'll get to Kane. Did we ever get to the conversation about that guy who licked down the two... he went to Vegas and licked down... was it a YouTuber or a streamer or something like that?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so like basically him and this guy had this thing. They didn't get on.
Yeah.
They're both streamers, innit? Yeah. EA will be able to pick it up. Anyway, this streamer's basically saying, hear what I'm saying, yeah? To see when I see him, he's gonna know. When I see him, he's gonna know.
On site.
And there's video footage of him in the car basically saying, yeah!
MJ!
Yeah! I bet she's seen it.
I'm late.
Yeah, no, it's alright, it's alright, it's cool.
Red,
These are always clout me for being late, but I was early today.
King, how are you?
You smell good though.
Thank you. Oh,
Where's my phone?
how are you, pretty lady?
Where
Joyce,
the hell
it's
is
a
my
pleasure.
phone?
How are
Madam
you?
Joyce is here. Hey, did you see? Just this is super random, yeah. But did you see the that streamer who went to Vegas and licked down the other streamer? Did you see that?
No.
You didn't see that? You know what I'm talking about, EA?
Yes,
Pull it on. Get
You
on the
would
screen.
know.
Don't put it on the thing.
I have seen that.
Basically,
They had like a little beef online.
they had a beef online, and he's basically saying, yeah, you see when I see this done, you see when I see him, he's just gonna know about it when he sees me. He's gonna know about it. Anyway, the Don is in Vegas. Is he in Vegas?
I think so.
I think he's in Vegas. He's with his missus. He's with his missus and whatnot.
It's always Vegas.
I think he might even all been streaming him being in Vegas with his missus and that, yeah. Brother, the Don pulled up, took out the big 4-5.
What?
Yeah, and went crazy. This is not this is the other day.
4-5 and then shot him.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, you know I'm from Bedford. I'm from the hood.
Is this it?
No, I'm just gonna try to find a video. Keep talking.
I thought that you lot would have seen it still. That was like some big news.
Do you know? Sorry, go on.
No, you go on. I was just gonna say that's not on my For You page.
I see. See what I'm saying? That's how you know. My thing is Joyce, my thing is crazy.
What's your For You page?
Mine is like a lot of smoke, man. And I don't know how to...
And yeah.
No, it's actually not.
Smoke and gal.
Smoking cheeks.
Nah, it's not. Do you know what? You know what my Instagram
Smoking
used to do?
cheeks is
I'm not gonna
crazy.
lie though. Obviously, I'm a breast man. So like...
T.
I
said T.
Yeah, so when I went on my... when I go on my Instagram for my For You page, like somehow it just seems to know that this is the steez at the moment.
Yeah.
And I hate that. But nah, this is on Twitter. This came off my Twitter page. My Twitter page is mental.
Fire on the famous Las Vegas Strip overnight, leaving at least 2 people dead. The chaos
What?
sending terrified tourists.
He licked down the man and his missus, bro.
So he shot the people he said he's gonna.
Yes.
And he killed them.
Yes.
The department says officers.
At least he's a man of his word.
Yeah, we're not approved.
Does he? Yeah, of course. That's what. Of course, he's not. Of course, that's mad.
What?
But it's like that thing that we're talking about, yeah. Because how we even got here in the first place is that was basically saying when somebody feels that they've had such a big injustice done to them for whatever that is, yeah. And then they go and react on that thing violently, but with the ultimate violence. Do they get the release that they feel that they were going to get prior to doing it?
I'm sure there's an initial release, but then there becomes a whole new problem, and then you're upset again because now you're having to deal with like police, and then now people are calling you crazy. And here's the thing, yeah, I find that there are a lot of times there when we react to things because we feel like people have done us wrong, but sometimes the reaction itself will always make you look like the villain.
That's true.
So someone could turn on and be like, yeah, but he did this to me. He told me to suck my mum when we was playing GTA. Okay, but now you've gone to kill him. So now it's like you look a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what's so sad? I'm just thought about it now whilst you lot were speaking.
Oh, don't put this on the screen.
No,
No.
I won't.
I don't believe.
But look, that's him.
Yeah,
Wait,
see
did
that?
he stream it?
So the guy
was
would
on stream.
the guy was on stream with his missus in Vegas.
Oh.
The other Don who said, the other streamer who said, when I see him,
That's it.
this is what I'm on. He's driving. I think he's driving from a different state. You know how big? Do you know how long it is to get from one state to the next? He's in the car. He's in the car in the daytime driving, saying, "I'm looking for my man." So by the time he obviously finds him, it's dark, right? And then boom.
So he's like the police officer that killed the brother in Tottenham, the London riots. Come from far. What I think is our thoughts are not our own today, and because our thoughts are not our own, by the time we get to our own thoughts, more time the incident's done. Like back in the day, I could do something bad, and I would probably have my mum's opinion to worry about. Maybe my dad's if he stuck around, and then one of my uncles if he wanted to phone me or something like that. All right, cool. In 2025, you do something, Twitter's got something to say.
What happened to your foot?
Instagram's got something to say. What happened to your foot? TikTok's got something to say. What happened to your foot? Before you know it, you're telling everyone what happened to your foot. And if your foot happens to be a gal got slapped, someone's getting shot in Vegas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Basically, I got a grade 3 tear ligament.
That was such an ADHD because I was like, yeah, shoot. And then I was like, wait a minute, why your toes out?
But the thing is, yeah, I wanted to get a pedicure, but when I brought it to the shop, the woman looked at the whole thing and said no.
Oh,
don't
really?
think you put
Wait, you
water on
really?
it.
Huh?
I don't think you could put water on it.
You can't.
You can't.
So it's got to be like that for a couple. But it's not terrible. I've seen some toes.
Trust, brother.
Yeah.
I've seen some toes.
I've seen some toes on gal.
If I off my shoe right now, you'll be... No, sorry. No, do you know
You're
what?
alright
Yeah.
though. You're
No, I got good toes.
Right.
I got good toes. But there was one time I had a conversation with a group of guys and we was talking about toes. And I didn't have socks and they were like, remove your sock, let me see. And it was dusty. So every time we have this conversation, I start the conversation knowing that if it's time to pull up and show
you're
out,
right. Okay.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
like, you can't come for me.
The ton turn up.
Yeah.
Me hear it. Nah, I just think, yeah, as a female, not to tell you lot what to do, obviously, so much pressure in life, but please try and sort your toes out. Please.
How do you feel about men's toes?
No, sorry. I feel like we need to start coming for the men a little bit more for their toes because some toes are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Bunions, then the middle one is crossing over the top one. Then sometimes, I know you guys talk about football feet, but sometimes it's black and yellow and it's coming in different colours. Like, come on, be for real. Like, you've got fungus. You got fungus foot. It's not football feet. It's a bacterial infection. Do something about it.
You know, hey, some of my brothers, yeah, not to always say I'm watching my brother's feet, but I'm backing you here.
Yeah.
See the final toe? Hitch up, sir.
Yeah.
Come out, man. Try to everybody just hide
Ain't that
away.
the one that breaks? It doesn't that break real easy though. That's
Yeah.
the reason why that does what it does, isn't it?
It does break very easy still. But, you know what I'm saying? Wear good shoes, man.
Yeah, but I feel like with all of that being said though, I feel like that doesn't usually put women off men, or is it? Does it?
No, because them guys know themselves. They be wearing socks.
Yeah.
They know themselves.
Yeah.
A man knows when it's
So
heat
yeah,
is dead.
socks during the chop as well. You
Yeah,
know
during
what
the-
time
yeah,
that is.
100%.
Butt naked with socks on.
I know your feet are dead.
My socks come off quick. I'm not a feeters like that, but mine come off quick. If we're doing that, I need full butt nakedness. Socks feel like it's just hugging me. If I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing, socks still feel like it's just on me, like hugging me a bit. I need nothing on.
Do you take it off with composure or are you toesing it off?
Now I'm like when it's time to go and find a sock, I'm over this side grabbing one, and then I'm over this side and go and grab the other sock.
So you fling it off with your foot.
No, but you know what? You see, if I take her socks off, I take them off and I actually put them together and I put.
Oh,
them
that's
aside.
so kind.
Yeah.
That's such a
I
judgment
just don't
thing.
do that for me.
What kind of organised sex is this?
That's what I'm saying. Just
I ain't got time to
gonna
put
fold the
knee.
sock.
I'm folding a girl's clothes while we're about to thing. Yeah, like I'll take the thing off, whatever. I might, when you anyway.
That
you take-
sounds so annoying.
And then boom, then you put it down there.
Do you iron them as well?
No.
Do you get the iron up with a little bit of a press?
Absolutely not.
before we
Clearly
get-
No, but you know what? So once it's done, you can find it. It's there. It's all there. It's right by the bed.
Man's got
Mine ain't
OCD
like
section.
that. Huh?
But the search is so much fun. It's like a little Easter egg and half.
That's
Like,
it.
Do you know how much?
oh, where my pants at?
See, back in the day when I was outside, I hated that. Maybe I should have had organised sex because there's been plenty of times when my mum used to come to my house to clean it back in the day. It's crazy.
Oh, man.
And she'd be like, "Oh, who's this belong to?" And I never ever knew. I never ever knew. They were just. It's like girls like to leave presents.
How do
in
you
your
lot
house.
do? I don't understand that, by the way. I don't understand that.
That's me, but I'm not expecting your mum to find it. I'm expecting you to find it.
But
Be
why
like,
do
oh.
that?
What do you mean?
No, because remember, like we don't have organised sex like you. So
Yeah.
like I've
No,
lost.
but why would you?
I've lost my panties now.
Yeah.
My car's downstairs.
And the
If you
girl.
find it, let me know.
And the girls are smart as well. They place it in an area that I'm just not going. I'm just not going.
So why was she there?
Sometimes people
See,
mark
obviously,
their
like
territory.
I was outside back in the day, innit? Huh?
Sometimes people mark their territory.
I know, but you can't mark my
I saw a
territory.
TikTok and a girl took off some of her eyelashes and put them
Oh
behind.
my
Yeah.
God.
With
The
face
girl
wash
needs to
and
be doing
stuff.
that. There's,
Like
you
if
know-
someone came and washed their face, they see the eyelashes.
But there's no point. That's what I'm saying, gal.
That's
If
too
you
much
meet a
games.
man like me,
There's too much games.
don't do it. I'm too honest. I'm gonna phone you, tell you left your eyelashes here, and also tell you I'm gonna throw them away. And it's been great knowing you, but you're gonna mark your territory. And mine for Mark, you know. Can't not for yours for Mark. All right.
It's too much games. It's too much games.
But gal, do it. Trust me. Leave bra, knickers, anything.
I don't do it to mark my territory. I generally lost it. I generally lost it. I'm gonna be honest.
Madam Joyce, how are you?
I'm amazing. I'm so
good?
happy to be here. I've not been here since in the studio since I've left.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is crazy. It felt like I was coming home, so I'm loving it.
Is it true? You left because of EA Sports?
Sorry?
You left because of him? Is it true?
No, that's not true.
This is what Dan told me. I just wanted to find out for sure.
I-
Oh, you so you put in his government?
Oh, am I not supposed to? Sorry. What do
Yes.
they call you in the streets?
Yeah.
EA. Oh, I love EA gang shit.
I love you too.
No, I had to move out. Obviously, I went to build my own set.
Right.
I had a production team, so it was just onto the next journey.
How you finding that?
I'm loving it. It's honestly like podcasting feels like a business now.
Right.
Before it was like obviously when I was here, it was like put the EA will put the video on and I'll say my shit and go and I'll have it edited. But now it's like, oh God, like now you have to actually deal with like having a studio, then managing a team, and
Yeah.
it's gotten a bit like real. So it's just been
Yeah.
it's just been getting used to that.
Did you do a lot of
navigating.
the editing in the beginning yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So like the first maybe like 10 episodes I edited myself. I had this HP laptop that had like 250 megabytes
Oh
of
my God.
data. So like when I used to export, it used to be loud. It used to be louder, and the export times was like 10 hours.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but yeah, I used to edit myself, and then EA took over, and yeah, from there I said I'm never editing again, man. That was the first thing I did. As soon as I started making a little bit of change, I said I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can still
Do the
give
ones
him-
and twos.
Yeah, give him a little Premiere Pro.
Yeah, strong here and
Before
there.
you
Yeah.
continue, just so you don't feel like he's some gangster, EA stands for East Africa.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's
Okay,
nothing
T.
like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
because I
nothing
keep
super
doing
cheap,
this.
though.
innit?
Yeah, you might give him a
It
bit
just
too much
sounds cool,
credibility.
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just keep him where he is, my brother.
Okay, yeah, that's what's
Keep
up.
him where he is.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
I
That's
love
what's
you,
up.
yeah. So yeah, man. Sorry, please do continue.
No, nothing. I was gonna say, like, how are you finding this? Because you're the traction that you've built over the last couple of years in particular feels so much louder as well.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with the noise?
It's crazy. Oh my God, it's crazy. The noise, the love, the hate.
Yeah.
It's been very interesting to navigate. And first of all, I just thank God for the people around me, because as much as like people see the noise, I'm really, the foundation I have and the friends I have and the team I have, like they're the people that keep me going. But yeah, it's been weird. I feel like-
trained.
Huh?
You're so media trained.
I know, right? No, I
Keep me going. I want to thank God, and like without my team,
really.
Wagwan, man.
The honest
The
truth
wagwan.
is,
tell me what going.
the honest truth is, I do have a Finsta and a fake account.
Yeah, now we're here.
Fuck you and suck your mum.
We're here.
Oh, you do that, yeah?
Hell yeah.
We're here now.
If you
Forget
really
the
wanna know
media
the
training.
If you really want to know the truth, how do I deal with the haters? Yeah, I tell you to suck your bum.
Jump in the comments
Yeah.
and just
Yeah,
say,
I'll be
listen,
jumping in the
suck
comments.
your
Shut the fuck up,
mother.
you little dumbass. Yeah,
Why not?
but they don't know it's me in it. So
I got a Finsta, but you know it's me. On YouTube.
it's not that thin, is it?
Nah, it's Fat Star. And I literally just tell you straight, shut up. I'll just leave a comment, shut up. When I say something stupid, and just disappear. Oh, you're so emotional. Yes, I am. Shut up. And then it all changes.
I'd be emotional.
Yeah, why not, man?
Was
so
that-
then, like, with this
I
situation...
said I'd be emotional.
Yeah, why not, though? So then how have you... Because some of the things that I've seen, like Chuckie said, it is noise. There'll be something that comes out, a picture, a video, or one of your clips or something. Boom. Back in the day, it used to be like me, a couple others would come and make some noise, have a laugh. Now, before I get there, I see a whole army.
It's crazy.
How do you deal with the balance, though? When it's really negative and it's people that you know in the industry now. Now it's someone that you used to speak to. Or
Oh, yeah, that happens, isn't it?
That happens
Oh my
a
days,
lot now.
can I say something? I find it so weird, yeah. Bear in mind, I want everyone to know, yeah, that I actually be seeing your comments. So when you're commenting in the comments, especially if you're industry, and then you come and greet me, don't be confused as to why I'm moving a bit strange.
Anti.
Why I'm moving a bit anti, because I saw your comment in the Shea Borough when you were like, oh yeah, why Joyce MJ was chatting so much shit, and then now you're seeing me, you're like, oh my god, MJ, what's good? I've seen that, so
Well, how does that make you feel, though? What do you think about that? Do
you
you
know
ever
what?
like...
Isn't it? It's annoying, isn't it?
It's annoying.
Because you feel like you could just go on there and do the fun thing, but then when you see me,
oh, big up I love what you do, big up you, like you're...
yeah, like, do you know what you can do? You can just nod and just keep it moving.
All right, can I just throw something in the equation?
Go on.
When I was younger, which is a long time ago now, I was watching X Factor. And after about 5 episodes, I was like, Simon Cowell's at Egypt. But then I saw him. Simon Cowell! I just feel like sometimes the character that's on display,
I hear it.
we're conditioned to feel a particular way about the character. But outside of that, I love them that they've evoked the emotion in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't dislike you, but you chat shit. And I love the fact that you chat shit. So when you chat shit, I'm going to tell you. But when I see you...
It's love.
Do you know what I mean? Is can that be put into the equation?
Yeah, because funny enough, like going back to what you guys asked about how I deal with it, it's exactly that. Like, Madam Joyce is a character. As long as you feel something, I've done my job.
Yeah.
And I started realizing when I first started, and you know, we'd have the local, you know, Shane Borough, oh MJ, like it used to upset me, but then I realized every time people spoke about me, my platform got bigger.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, every time people can like be like, yeah, we're gonna go, fuck you, she's such a bitch. But it's like every year the show and the brand got bigger. So being part of the conversation where regardless of if it's good or bad is a benefit to me. If I can evoke whatever emotion to anyone and it's passionate enough, I've got your attention. And right now attention is the currency. So if I got your attention and you're happy, if I got your attention and you're angry, but I got your attention nonetheless. So
it's kind of like, to your point, the slumflower. Like some people,
Sunflower.
they will have
the
all,
greatest.
but you see,
She is.
being with her outside of all of that, she's just really, really sick to be around.
She's so sick.
Yeah.
She
She's
is
really,
so
really
sick.
nice.
She's tea. And I feel like, do you know what's interesting? Yeah, going back to when you actually look at streamers and you look at the Americans and how they do it, they play the game. Like they don't care. Like if you're angry, if you're cussing, as long as you are talking about them, they would even do and say things that's gonna annoy people, gonna piss people off, because they know that's where the numbers is. Like that's where the clout is. It's like DDG does it all the time. Like he makes so. I remember somebody was telling me that DDG made a whole storyline about hating his brother, his sister's boyfriend. He was like, I love the guy, but it's like, you know, people want to see chaos, especially if your content is built within a certain demographic and community. So sometimes you gotta give it to them, and you just have to play the game.
I have a question to both of you.
Let me just write mine down so I don't forget it, because I was about
Go
to say
on, mine's is simple. It's 3 words. Go on.
Go, because go on.
By the way, it's not 3 words. How sustainable is that? How sustainable is that? Oh my god, it was.
In terms of
It's 4.
How sustainable is that?
Is that?
No, I use slang. It's that. The want for attention to build your brand. How sustainable is that?
I wouldn't necessarily say I have a want for attention.
Not you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, because you made a good point. right now, it is all about attention.
Attention is
Yeah.
currency.
It's so much about attention. Like Charleston White's fighting the Island Boys, or one of them, and he beat him up, and it's just mad to me. Like, and I was watching it.
Who beat who up?
Charleston White beat up the Island Boy.
Did he,
knocked
yeah?
him out. Come on, my brother.
That's
And
that's the youth that lips is his brother sometimes and whatnot, isn't it?
he said it was once.
He what?
He lips his brother.
Twins. There's nothing to laugh about. This is
It's
disgusting.
crazy. It's nuts.
But attention. Talk to me about it.
Oh.
How sustainable is
She
it?
was sick.
They're not, Brandon's just not on it.
I just saw it. I don't know. It just came up.
That's why Charleston White beat him up, man. Shout out the brothers.
God.
How sustainable is attention?
Look at his child. And imagine they had a fight because Charleston White said his child looks like E.T. Go to the child. Should never come.
No, you can't. You can't disuse.
That's terrible.
That's nuts.
Is-
That's nuts.
Don't
No, but
smile.
that-
Why are you
I'm not
smiling
doing
for?
that. I'm
Why
not
are you
doing
smiling
that.
for?
I don't do that.
Why do you smile?
I'm not doing
They
it.
I don't agree with this.
photoshopped that because that's on the other picture. That's not what he looks
Looks like.
Go to the left. Oh,
I'm not looking.
said-
I'm not looking.
Oh.
I'm not looking.
Why are you not
Nah,
laughing?
that's why they beefed though, because he said his baby looked like an alien.
Yeah.
That's beef
that's not
worthy.
kind.
Yeah,
That's
no,
beef
I never
worthy.
said it wasn't beef worthy.
Attention though, again. And off the back of that, boxing match, they both made a change. Attention is honestly, it's such a big currency here. It's making a bag of people money. I just don't think it can last long.
It depends. I mean, how long can you keep someone's attention?
We're in
How
the-
many generations of attention can you preserve? I think this is what this whole game is
I
about.
hear that.
Or is it respect? I have people's respect forever. You don't have my attention forever. Like, I don't even think you're that important.
I mean, it depends what you want. It depends what you're trying to get out of this.
What are you trying to get out of this?
These two, you know.
I've got my cherry. I've already drunk him. This, do you know what? Yeah, usually I'm a tequila girly, but I've been cherry B recently because it makes me feel so sexy.
Right.
There's something about it that just makes you feel slow and sexy. I think it's because it's a wine, so you can't say things like that to me.
What was New York like?
I love New York.
Wait, you in New York?
Brother, she took over New York. What are you talking about? Those man coming through the door, American accents. Oh my God, I've been waiting to see your ass.
Was your live show
What?
over there? Or did
Yeah, I did a show.
Cool.
I have a Sip and Gist event that I do, which is like a smaller
Put it on the
type
screen
of-
if people mind. Something.
a smaller
Crazy.
type of live show.
Yeah.
So it's not as big as
Yeah. But you're building, isn't it? That's how. That's what you
No,
got.
I do the big shows.
Okay.
I've done the O2 videos. Yeah.
No, I know. No, I mean like building.
It's like, no,
in
you're
the States.
building. You said
No,
you're building.
no, honey. We do that as well.
No, I know that. No. I mean in America. No. I thought you were talking about America.
Yeah.
Right. No, not here. I know you. I know what you're doing here.
Over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So
Crazy.
we did a show here in New York and it was really good. I love New York. You know, New York reminds me of a London with more road space.
Yes.
Is how I would describe it.
Why?
Okay.
With more road space because they got more roads and they got bigger roads.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, did you say why?
We're very
That's why.
squeezed.
I think thought you said why.
Oh no,
Oh, we
it's
said
why.
why? Okay, that was like,
Exactly what happened,
They
right?
go, oh, that's me. Is that how? Oh, this computer, this TV is connected. But yeah, it was really good. I love the States. The States is a good. Oh no, I got some pictures. You know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Small moment. Okay then.
But
I had
yeah.
to archive some of the. Oh, that's it there. Look,
Which one?
this one.
This one?
No, the one on the left.
This one?
In the middle.
In the
This
middle.
one?
Yeah. So that was New York. We had a Sip and Gist, and I got to see my community. I got to see the bad boys and girls in New York, and it was really fun. It was very chaotic, but I think when anything to do with me always has to have a bit of chaos in it.
100.
So yeah, I love New York. I feel like I'm really proud of just the fact that the brand is reaching places that I never dreamed of. You know, like I never really dreamed past the UK. So it's really cool to do things like this, and yeah, I was really honoured.
That's cold.
That's something definitely that I've always wanted to do, like go to the States. And so when I've seen you walk directly through the door, all the cameras are there, and just
That's
the
a
way
cold
people were
picture, by the way.
speaking about, bruv, it was ridiculous. I was like, what is going on, Joy?
Thank you.
MJ, what the fuck is going on? You're in America killing it.
I try. Honestly, it was amazing. Honestly, and I feel like that's something.
Did you connect with anyone out there? Any other podders?
Yeah, so I'm really good. Horrible Decisions is great.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
big them
Horrible
up.
Decisions. I am very, very good friends with Paul Mans. Every time we go to each other's city, we always end up doing something. And I think the podcaster space with women out there is received a lot better. Funny
Yeah,
enough,
100%.
I was gonna say
Talk on
something.
that actually.
Do you know what's weird? From when I started
Yeah.
to now, the space is very different. Like in terms of the UK, when I first started, they were like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Naturally.
They're still like, "Who the fuck is this?" But they're a bit less about the "who the fuck is this." I feel like there's been so many new podders, especially solo podders, coming into the space and just like doing guest interviews. Like there wasn't many like women. You were doing it, but obviously for the dudes. But in terms of the girlies, there wasn't many. Or if any solo podcasters just sitting down doing interviews, but now I see so many, and I'm really proud of podcasting. I must say, I don't know where, like in terms of your kind of experience, but just to kind of see the growth of the industry, seeing more people get involved in it. It has its pros and cons.
It definitely has its pros and cons. I'm naturally just grateful that we have been here. We've been here for a long time,
Of course.
doing this and talking and like having all these different types of conversations. I think like at the moment, like one thing that I can see is change. See, like with social media, we could say something, we could have a conversation about something. Yeah, usually the pod is like 2 hours long, and then a clip goes out, and the clip now can not only just be taken out of context within our own people, but then it can go and travel into a whole different world and get completely taken out of context in a whole different world.
Way, yeah.
Which I think is like, it's sometimes irritating, but sometimes you see the benefit in that too, because there are naturally going to be people that are going to be like, wait, what the fuck is that? Let me go and find out exactly what that's about. So if that's the case, yeah, come along. But like, I think as well, with certain types of people, especially like yourself, yeah, who have, you're like very direct in the way that you think and say stuff, which is really good. You have something that you stand on. In that, there's like, you can see there's like a demographic of people that are always trying to have a I got you moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they get a super rise on actually, all right, yeah, I think, hey, this is the moment. We got her. It's like, rah, this is actually like a job for some people.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, let me just spend some time to go and find a moment where we can like catch her out or catch him out. It's mad.
I think it's mostly because the podcasting space is I don't think anyone really knows, or I wouldn't imagine 50% of the people doing it have an idea of what they're going to do long term. They have a lot of short term goals, a lot of short term aspirations. That's why I asked about the attention thing, because attention is not something you thought about for a long period of time. It's more time instinctive, and then that instinctive thought process of doing something is the length of period of time that you have their attention for. Whereas in order to get someone's respect, you have to have a long thought out process of what you're developing, and then I think you could do both. I think Chuckie is a great example of someone that has maintained attention and also respect, because attention is short term, but that's why we as personalities, we have different seasons where we navigate the space doing different things. You was a DJ, then after being a DJ, you're a podcaster. Then after a podcaster, now you're a businessman. Now you're doing the R&B thing. Like, there's so many elements, and throughout the course of 10 years, you've managed to maintain both respect and attention, because what you're doing now is still current here.
It's one of them things where you can have respect, because you have respect because attention lives within it, but there is no respect within attention. So I don't even tell people to. My children have my attention. I don't give a damn. My children have my respect when they do something worth of me giving them their attention.
Wait, you don't give a damn that your kids that you have your.
When they're chatting crap.
Oh.
Wait till you have picnic. Coming telling me about Papa, look, what? Look at what? No, I don't know. Kids do the weirdest things, bro. Like, they'll just call, like right now my son's calling me. He'll have nothing to say. He'll put on the game, do screen share, it's happening in the corner, and he's playing the game for an hour. And after an hour, I'm like, big man, why do you want my attention?
Yeah, but you gave
And
it
it's
to him
gone.
because you sat there for an hour with him, and I love that. You sat there with him, I watched it for an hour.
I had no choice.
Hey, who the hell is DDG, by the way? That's what I wrote down. But I don't know this, Don. This is another thing, yeah? No, I'm not this. No, this is no disrespect. It's not. But when I go on X or Twitter, whatever, yeah, every minute I'm just seeing DDG, DDG. And then I'm seeing the other gal, well, I know her because she's an artist, isn't she, yeah?
Halle Bailey.
Yeah, she's cold, by the way. She's really
Amazing,
good.
amazing talent. So basically, DDG is a streamer, YouTuber, very, very big in America. In terms of his space, he dominates it.
Like,
And
but so what does he? He just talks.
he just streams. Like
Right,
he does
okay.
a lot. He does. I think and again, the DDG fans don't start jumping on my neck because I'm not a diehard, but he's a streamer, and what he's kind of known for is just like beefing online.
What other streamers? Or
Yeah,
just
beefing other streamers, like just kind of like provocation,
Yeah.
essentially,
Right.
is what he's known for. So in this situation, he obviously is dating, or he was dating, married to, we don't actually know if they actually got married, but they were together, Halle Bailey, DDG, and then they had a baby.
Yeah.
And for some reason or another, the relationship completely dissolved. Now, Halle Bailey has, she is basically taking him to court for the custody of their son because she alleges that he was abusing her during the relationship.
Right.
And he's abusive. So that's what the back and forth is. So it's just a bunch of like, the child is in the middle and they're fighting for custody.
So how comes this is such a? Because am I wrong in saying that this is like a really, really, really big deal?
It's
Massive deal.
It's a big deal because he's then come back to say that she was abusing him.
Right.
And obviously Halle Bailey is the Little Mermaid. She is America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
Her
I
brand-
interviewed her sister actually.
you know, both of them, you know, America's sweetheart, impeccable souls, always being perceived as really, really good and caring and kind and feminine and gentle women. So then DDG comments around to be like, no, she's actually crazy and I have evidence that she's crazy and this and that is quite a shock to everybody. But generally her being in any sort of scandal is
mad.
Is big.
Oh, okay.
Have you
It's
seen
big.
what she said?
Nah.
You seen how she's conducted herself?
No, I don't know. I had
Allegedly.
purposely.
It's not allegedly.
Yeah, go on.
There's texts.
What?
They've been sent. There's
Oh, yeah.
no alleged.
She was postnatal though.
What's okay? Wait, hold on. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't know what's going
Yeah, it's
on.
messy.
All right,
it's
let me
messy.
just show
She
you.
was
Yeah.
saying she was
It's
gonna.
messy.
She's gonna lick.
Yeah,
she's gonna wig him.
kill herself.
No,
Oh,
she was
wig
gonna
herself.
herself.
Oh,
Is that all that was happening? All I'm saying is this.
Why would
Postnatal
she
is
say
a
that,
thing
though?
because I've been there. I've seen the results of it is crazy, but it doesn't excuse some of the things that are crazy being said. That's also crazy, and the behavior is crazy. So it's not just the I'm gonna kill myself. It's the turning up at my house with the pickney outside saying you're gonna leave me on the doorstep. It's the taking the gun. I don't know where the gun is. Like, do you know what? One thing we gotta do, just as a people.
this has happened.
This has happened. As a Jamaican man, in Jamaica, irrespective of the reasons why it's happening, we tell you it's wrong. Every other country says, but they've got this, and now that's excusable. I don't doubt that she didn't have postnatal, and I'm not a woman, so I don't even know what it's to go through. But the gun thing, you got my pickney on the doorstep and you don't know why. Like, all of these types of things whilst you're playing America's Sweetheart.
Nobody's saying
This
it's
is
right.
crazy behaviour.
No one
I'm
is
not
saying
saying
it's
the
right.
behaviour is right, but in a situation like that, if that's your partner,
They weren't
And-
partners.
okay, that's the mother of your
I'm back in
child. For your
DDG.
child to be okay, the mother of your child needs to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
so
the-
you need to, instead of like instigating or whatever he was doing, I don't know how. What did he do? Punch her or something?
He didn't do nothing. No, DDG
Did
is
he hit her?
cool. No,
She says
She
that
said
he hit her.
bro, I can't believe she's
But
doing
instead
this
of
stuff.
doing that, like you need to meet them with kindness and gentleness and understand that they're in a vulnerable position.
No, I hear that, but you know she kicked off this whole thing.
I hear that still.
DDG
Listen,
is one of the most normal streamers. I give him credit. He's a cool, normal guy. Like, he even got into a confrontation the other day. A guy's come to fight him. His response, normal. Because of the commercial, it's the whole battle between commercial and culture. With culture, we're very honest. We kind of more tell you about 70 to 80% of the situation. With commercial, it's a brand. We got to save it. Big man, let's not take away too much. That didn't give DDG any favours when it came to his baby mum and himself, because commercially the view he's given is a bit more honest. You got more information, so you might go, he's a bit more negative, whereas her, she's on the Disney Channel. When actual reality, she shouldn't be on the Disney Channel. She shouldn't be swimming with fishes, and she should just go and get some help. That's all I'm saying. Taking of guns,
pick-me outside on door, all of these types of things. There might be a reason for it, but darling, go seek the help.
I think the issue is, and it's so funny because this is how we started when I came in. It's about people provoking you to a certain place. You reacting to the provocation in whatever way that you react to it, and then you get painted the villain. Now, I'm not justifying some of the actions that she's done, but being in love with a man, having a child with him, and it not going your way is no woman's dream. So for people to get to those places, for women to get to those places, we really do have to wonder what did happen for it to get to that level where she just goes nuts. Because I know some normal, like sometimes I'll be talking to women and they're like, oh yeah, I did this, I scratched up his car. And it's like, it sounds crazy, but this is after the guy's either cheated or he's abused or he's done a mad thing where you just lose your shit and you just go nuts, and then you do the mad thing, but then you get painted like a villain because, oh, she's crazy, all I did was a little bit of cheating. It's like, do you know what I mean?
Do you know I'm not having that no more because I've been there. Okay. You see these things, yeah? This is what I say to people. A lot of the things people speak about, you ain't been there. You're telling me about Jamaica. You haven't even been Brixton. You ain't been there. You ain't been there. So you see crazy responses to things where I'm like, the crazy response for me as a Jamaican man, hardback, July 1st, shout out. We're not tolerating mad responses with your, but you provoked me. We're just not tolerating it. No one's tolerating it.
Of course you wouldn't
in the court of law, I am not allowed to tell the police officer, you kept calling me gentleman, I didn't like it, so I shot your neck. I'm not allowed to get away with that. So I just think...
I mentioned this before. Bearing in mind, what I'm about to say, I can't tie it to this because I don't know what's going on. I just keep seeing this name every day.
He's blowing up.
Every day, yeah.
Blowing up.
But what I will say is, you'll probably remember this story. I have got a cousin who is known to just be erratic. And I've got another cousin who is quite sly. Yeah. He's older. He's quite sly. He's well put together. He articulates himself very well. And he can be in any room. He's one of those who can be in any room. The other cousin, he can't be in every room. He's just not that guy. Yeah? So anyway, and these two don't really like each other. This has been going on for a long time. Some have some things in it. Yeah? So we're at my auntie's house and there's loads of us. And so I'm watching this conversation playing out between the cousin who's erratic and the cousin who's well put together. Yeah, the cousin who's well put together is smiling but saying some crazy disrespectful things, but he's smiling. So if you look at it from a distance, you'll think like he just looks calm, cool, and like my cousin on the other hand looks like how he usually looks. Now I'm hearing this cousin saying some really disrespectful things. In the end, my cousin ends up lashing out and it ends up being a big thing in the yard. Obviously, he done a couple of things he shouldn't have done, but in the end, he ended up leaving, slamming the door, whatnot. So what does the family do? Oh, there he goes again. He's always doing... And now I'm saying to myself, I feel like I need to snitch.
I hear you.
This actually he was provoked in a way which made him get to this point. Do you get what I'm saying? But because we know him to just be this way, when he acts this way, we just tie it to how he normally is. Yeah. But he was taken there to a certain place. Now, it's a weird one because obviously, if you actually look at it, you'll know it makes a lot of sense that this cousin would actually have been able to do that. But from a distance, it doesn't seem like that. And I say all of this to say, I understand the point in which you're making in that. Like sometimes some people, they will react in the craziest way, and from the offset it just seems like without context they're just nuts.
They're nuts, yeah.
But when you look at the full picture, you're kind of like, well, do you know what? Shouldn't have done that, you know. But though, I could understand how you got there through this behaviour.
Do you know what? Contextually, you're both making perfect sense for life. But again, if you appear at my doorstep with my pick-me for no reason, I don't care. Like, do you know what it is?
Wait, did she leave the pick-me at the doorstep? Like,
no,
literally?
she was just there like, come and get your door. Okay. This is my problem, yeah? Everybody's too different. So I could agree, if I got a knife or like that, you might bleed. If I like to you might... Go on.
So that situation where she turned up at the doorstep is because he had another babe in the house.
He had another baby.
He had another girl. He had another.
But I'm not with you. So I understand where you're coming from. But if I've got my...
So why does he turn up there if he's got another
I love
baby?
Now you
Listen,
understand.
it's a vulnerable situation. Like the hormones after you've given birth are absolutely nuts.
And just
That's
because
what
we're not
we're
together
dealing
doesn't
with
mean we're
here,
not
like-
together.
I understand.
Like,
Again, can I just tell you again?
Come on.
I understand what's going on. But when we're speaking about the Diddy case, who did I say is the victim in the situation with Jane Doe?
Who did you say is the kid?
No. You're going to be a great dad. Come and touch me.
Well, but land the point though.
In the situation with DDG and the gal, the picnic is the victim. I understand you two have got situations and all of that, but you're outside my door, the weather's bad, and you've got my picnic. If you want to do this, see the picnic, go leave it with your mother, make sure the picnic's safe, and then we can deal with this. But I'm personally, and I don't think a lot of people, especially if the child authorities see that, they don't give a damn about they're taking the picnic. I know some authorities that are taking the picnic.
But as the mentally stable person in the relationship at that time...
Who is the mentally stable person?
DDG.
You have made an assumption, and this is the problem. Men's pain, we don't care. But I do.
Yeah, but then her argument would be to say that, like, if she's going through this post-mortal thing...
Postmortem is crazy.
That's how much he cares. You see what I'm saying?
Postmortem is crazy, by the way.
It's mad. It's mad. No, but you didn't mean that. Come on.
I'm saying...
I know you
Yeah.
didn't read it. It's just funny.
But what yeah.
She's going through this thing. You're actually...
This is what I'm
Is this,
saying.
is this their first kid together? Is this his first child?
Yeah. Might be their only child together.
Well then, okay. I understand what you're saying. But he may not necessarily understand how a woman would react or how she is when it comes to this part of a pregnant or after the pregnancy.
No, that's the problem with a lot of this.
Yeah, I think it's really logic versus
a
emotion.
disconnect,
Yeah, so there's a major disconnect. So if she's reacting a certain way, he's just looking at it as she's just moving mad, not as she's actually going through this thing and she may not be mentally stable.
And one thing,
I get it, because if he had the empathy, then it probably...
Then he would deal with her differently.
But you say that, but again, one thing I don't disregard women's needs.
Yeah.
But one thing that is always disregarded, and I take it from a man that will travel to Sweden on Thursday night or Friday morning because he heard his child got rushed. So I'm not a man that don't look after his picnic. But people don't care what a man is going through in this situation because it's not visual. I'm being so real. No problem.
Go on, hit him with the rebuttal.
You can't hit me with a rebuttal. I'm a dad of 2, 8 years. Proper dad. I know dads out here that don't even see their picnic in a year.
Hit him with the rebuttal.
Generally, the issue is when it comes to that is that men do not vocalize when there is an issue or they feel that there's a problem. A lot of guys' emotions are very much internalized and they just get on with it because unfortunately that's how you guys are built and designed. So no one can assume that, oh, I'm feeling this way about a situation if you don't say anything. I know the conversation that women constantly have with guys is that you don't express yourself. So how can somebody know that you're upset if you don't say that you're upset?
I think that argument there doesn't suit DDG as a streamer. So talk about expressing yourself. He does it 24/7. So that doesn't speak for him. And in the situation that aligns perfectly with this one, he didn't speak on the big situation at all out of respect for her. And he made himself look like the bad guy until it was affecting the financial. Right. Then he said, wait a minute, I'm here defending you because you're the Hollywood star and you're the mother of my kids. But when it comes to how I'm being viewed, you're out here painting a narrative that never happened. So you know what, boom, you came to my house, you took the gun, you done this, you done that. And then all of a sudden, instead of us finding a middle ground of compromise to say, all right, DDG, you shouldn't have done this, you could have done that. But darling, you shouldn't have done this, you should have done that. She's going through this. And I'm just saying to you, my GG, the only victim in the situation anyway is the picnic. So both the man and the woman have to find a very amicable compromise and understand that as much as they're going through things, the picnic is the victim, regardless of what you lot feel.
I'm not disputing that. All I'm saying is that when you said she shouldn't be swimming with fish and she shouldn't be on Disney Channel, that's when I came in and said, this is what she was going through. But I know that both of them could have done things differently. Of course.
Yeah.
Fair enough. When I saw this effing and the blinded, if you hear the voice notes, I don't give a fuck. I'm just like, I
didn't even know you were like this, darling.
I hate that. It's just a shame that the internet has, like, all of this stuff has to be on the internet.
I think
But and if you see DDG is being so calm, and he's saying, I don't want to call the police, but trust me, as a boy, when there is a mad gal at your house, trust me, brothers, you think you're bad, after God fear women. If you hear madness up phone, have a witness there. Have someone, because it could just go left. It could go left.
Why are you so assured on DDG's branding of a good boy, and then when it now comes to Halle, you're wavered?
You know, he could be,
because I've done something. One second, you asked me a question. Okay, you need to answer. Let me answer.
Okay, go on.
Do you know what we should do?
Go on.
Research. The search and then put the re in front of it. Because then once you do the research, you're speaking from a place, and I still could be wrong, but at least I have some education on the situation. If we were generally speaking, I couldn't defend this guy. I don't know him from Adam and Eve. But with DDG, especially for the past 3 years, I gravitated to watching him. Saw his style, saw that he's into gal fashion, similar to me.
Have you watched the stream of his?
Unfortunately, yes, but it doesn't matter because I was by myself in my house. And so I've seen his character, and then when the stories first came out, I was the first person to go, DDG, man, you're a gallus. I know you're the problem. I was like, he's the problem. When I saw what the Little Mermaid was keeping up with, I said, but Sia, why was she with Nemo? Leave little Nemo alone. You are carrying on with some fuckery, and we're not speaking about it. Let's speak about it, analyze it, figure out why it's happening, and then move forward. But I don't believe you have Pickney and start telling man fuck you just because you had Pickney. I feel like it might have been there. It might have been in there. It was in there, and now we see it. When you're frustrated, this is how you deal with situations. No problem. I just don't agree with it.
You just took the deepest breath.
Because I feel like men don't get it. I had a conversation with my friend. I had a conversation with my friend, and his ex, he was talking about pregnancy, and he was like, he was talking about pregnancy, the experience of pregnancy with his ex girlfriend, and he was like, I just kind of feel like she fell off, like she wasn't even doing nothing, like I just like lost interest in her because like when she was pregnant, it's like you can at least walk, and like you won't even do nothing. It's like you guys don't understand, which is why it's easy for you to just say the things you say.
She's out here growing everything, like toenails, eyelashes, eyeballs, organs, everything.
Like even in terms.
Like the pregnant woman, he said she fell off. It's like
she's
becoming a whole human.
Is that what he said about her?
Yeah, like it was just very dismissive of like, oh yeah, she just fell off, she just got bare big, and it's just like she just started being crazy and just acting weird. It's like I don't think guys really understand what women go through and what their bodies go through. Like your whole DNA changes when you become a mother. Your whole psyche changes. Like there's even funny enough, I was watching something recently, and somebody was saying that when a man ejaculates in you, that your uterus is so like porous that what we absorb, what we take in, I think it gets left somewhere. Anyways, it gets left somewhere, Sha.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were having
the DNA stays in
the DNA stays in us. Like we change.
Hey,
Motherhood changes us.
See that point there? You hear that point there? The DNA stays in you. I hope you guys keep that for when you want to do the mad thing. The DNA stays in you. Remember that. Carry on. It stays in you. It changes you.
It changes you. But I feel like guys can have this conversation and be like, yeah, she's crazy. Like, I don't get it. Like, she's the Little Mermaid, but now she's saying fuck yous because they don't understand the process of what a woman goes through. One, when she's having a baby, and two, when she's in love with a man that is not protecting her. We've given ourselves to you, and you're not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing as a man. Of course, someone is gonna go crazy or so, but.
Again, that's the base of, you know, I'm obviously I know you're generalizing when you speak. I don't want to go on too long, but I don't epitomize the general man you're speaking about. You're speaking about a man that sends his baby mum on holiday regularly, technically for all a year. So I definitely know women go through a couple problems.
Why is Chuckie side-eyed at you as you're saying this?
Because Chuckie's just whole thing. He couldn't side-eye me. When it comes to
he was looking at you like
he couldn't be serious with that.
You're internalizing. You're internalizing.
No, I'm saying to you, no, forget the internal thing. I'm saying,
I wasn't even saying anything about it.
No, you said guys, innit? And I'm saying to you, I don't think all guys are like that, and I couldn't have that general.
I don't think all guys are like that either. We're talking about this particular situation.
Well, he can't be like that because I see common traits where I'm like, put it this way: when we're dealing with a particular type of woman, yeah, there are things you need to take into consideration. 100%.
Yeah.
Patience is something you need because you can't comprehend what they've gone through. So for you to jump to the conclusion that it's this, that, and the third is bang out of order. So you need to apply a level of patience and try and create several options for these individuals just so they can go, all right, we're not happy there. Let's try and create a solution. If it's been about a year, 2 years, and the continuity of these situations are happening, and now I feel like, oh, maybe this is a habit, I've got to change it. I can't just keep looking at you as the victim. Because like I said to Chuckie, it starts off with like, you know, yep, the lady's the victim, the guy's the perpetrator. But then after 2 years, once a child's involved, the dynamics have changed a little bit. So I can't even be the same person I was. You can't be the same person you were. We now have to be parents as well as... And I just think in this situation there, if I'm at home and I got another gal, even if we're not together and we just broke up, and you decide that you're going to come to my house and go mad, you're not hearing nothing from me. It might even turn me on a bit. But if I have broke up with you and what have you, and you come with the child, that's my only problem. Leave the child at home. Then do the same thing. Cool.
So what?
But with the child, because we can bring all the excuses, but if something goes wrong with the child, both of you might not see the picnic. And then what we're going to say?
Yeah.
You can't blame the fact that I was at home with another gal and I wasn't with you. That can't be your reason why when we're in court trying to get our picnic back. So why did you lose the picnic? Well, she came to my house because I was with another girl. Are you together? No. So why did she do it? You know, emotionally she's going, but yeah, but what about the child? You can't give all these excuses. Take it from someone that's had to go to Sweden, sit in courts and all of this to make sure I can keep my picnic.
Here's the thing though, I do think that like information is key, yeah? And I believe that one of the things that, this is going to sound really idealistic, but I do feel like men that have been in this situation have a really good understanding of what can happen when a woman has a child and how that affects them, is like they're sometimes if with having that information, reaching out to a man and saying, listen, I understand why you are going to react a certain way to what she's doing or whatnot, but these are the reasons why she may be reacting this way. That might penetrate more so than a woman doing it, because in his mind he might just be thinking, oh, do you know what, women are crazy, all women are doing this, all women are doing that. But sometimes men that have that information do need to sit down with another man and say to him, big man, I get it, you're going to be triggered by some of this, but ultimately she's actually just not in the right space because of this and this. And then that may stop him from then reacting from a place where he's a little bit more balanced than she is, and now he's doing all of this stuff, but she's now reacting to that from a place of being off balance. It helps nobody, because
no one.
Ultimately, as you said, the kid is going to be the victim. So if she is mentally unbalanced due to what she is going through, the information needs to be like, it has to be poignant. Like, we have to start having those conversations.
100.
Because for me, I've not had a child yet, so I'm lucky all my friends and that have had children. A lot of my friends have had children anyway. And so hearing the conversations that they have and seeing how they all sort of align together, I feel like I'm best equipped to deal with a situation like that. Although it's very different when you're in it.
Yeah.
You know, someone can tell you all of this stuff, but when you're in it, it's different. However, it's like the conversations are there. We're already having those conversations. But as a young guy, if no one ain't having those conversations with him and he's reacting this way, then ultimately it would probably do good for the both of them. If a big man reached out to him and said to him, big man, you need to take some steps back, bro, because the more you react this way, the worse it's actually gonna get.
Yes,
and Chuckie,
it's mental illness.
Don't
like,
get it
if she was
twisted.
schizophrenic, you're not gonna be taunting her like, yeah, I've got a woman in my house, like, come and get me.
He did
like,
that.
No, but it's mental illness. Like, you'd be treating it very differently if it was deemed like more serious.
But that's why
because it's postnatal depression, everyone's like,
no, it's not even that. This is what I'm saying. I'm focusing the victims to be one person, so everybody then goes, what's my role in this situation?
But if you're mentally ill, are you capable of like assessing
So watch
the situation
this. So what's the state of the man?
We don't know.
That's my point.
He didn't say he was mentally ill.
No, but my whole thing is, it doesn't say that she's mentally ill. All we have is two.
It says she had postnatal depression and wanted to kill herself.
No, when I saw the text messages, that all come out afterwards. I'm saying, because we're talking about the way the guy's responding. Now we've got hindsight. I totally agree. At the moment when everything's happening, all we have is a child and two sets of behavior patterns. And the only way you can get through that is through understanding. If you have not had no kids before, you don't understand life, it gets down to the point of what's the best thing I can do. And if the best thing I can do is say, I'm going to call the police or I'm going to take my distance, I'm not going to interact with you, I don't think he should be scrutinised for that. I don't think we should start looking and going, oh, but what did he do wrong? Because essentially, if you're saying what it is, anything could trigger that situation. I could accidentally trigger it. So I could accidentally trigger this emotion that's within you. You go mad, justifiably, but now I have to, this is too confusing. Let me have a set of way in which I behave, which doesn't affect you, doesn't affect the child, and is the most safest way. I think he did the most safest practice. So when people are scrutinizing him, I'm like, what did you want him to do? Open the door, she comes in, big argument, woman comes out, Pickney's there witnessing it, everyone shouting.
It's a bigger picture. It's not just this one incident. It's everything that led up to it. And everything that happened after. Like, there's a way to handle it and to like nurture an environment so that this woman feels safe. And even if you're not together, you're not taunting her and like making her go even more crazy.
If he taunted her,
and
then
like,
yeah,
you need
that's bad. But he didn't though.
Like you're saying, you need to think about your child. So if you have to sacrifice for a year, for 2 years, like not having a woman in your house or whatever, just do it. It's for your kid.
Again, I think honestly, I think this is crazy behaviour. I do understand where you're coming from.
I know why you don't feel like the betterment of the mother is not a direct betterment to the child. Because you're saying, oh, we got to think about the children, but isn't the happiness of the mother also
that's
the direct happiness?
Because you're I mean, he's clapping, I'm not quite sure. And you're assuming that the happiness of the mother is in a space that we can all agree is safe. Because I know enough people on planet Earth to say the world's crazy, so there's some crazy men and there's some crazy women. And there's enough crazy children for me to know, and crazy adults to know that there were some Egypt parents. So with all that information there needs to be a way that both of us, irrespective of anything, try to behave to save the child. Yes, there are special circumstances such as this one we're speaking about, but I can't make you believe that can be a habit. And I'm saying this from personal experience and things that I've seen around. I can only speak about these situations from a place of, you know, what I've been through. I can't externalize it. I don't know what other people are going through, but I know what I've gone through and people in and around me. And I'm telling you, the one thing that I've seen over the past God knows how many years is the neglect of the child. And the neglect of the child always comes through the stress of the parents. Not the stress of the woman, not the stress of the man, the stress of the parents. So if we know that this type of procedure is consistently bringing out individuals that have trauma and all of these other problems, I think as human beings, we have to be more responsible in sex. If we don't know ourselves, let's just try and put a condom on quickly. And if not, and we get to that point, we have to understand that both of us, because we've not done the first part correctly, both of us have a responsibility to make sure we try our hardest with our child. Not just the guy, not just the girl, both of us. So that means go into my yard when it's raining, pick me on your back and me having a girl in my yard. I just don't think it's appropriate. Even though I know why it happens, I'm just like, nah, G, we can't do this.
Joyce, tell me about a time when somebody made you go crazy. Tell me about a time where you have, because I know that, I don't want to assume, but I'm sure that there was a time in life where you met somebody and you found yourself doing some things that you didn't really know you had in your locker like that.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I was about 20, yeah. And then this guy, yeah, that I was dating, I was proper in love with him. I don't know why. He told me he was a footballer, but he was lying. He told me he was a footballer and he plays professional footballer and he's going to America to play football, but these times he wasn't. He was just chatting shit. But anyways, ended up liking him after the lies. And after he borrowed money from his friends to take me out to dinner and stuff.
Crazy. What, the first day or like?
Yeah, the first day he took me out. He basically
done what?
He obviously people know I like nice things, innit? So he obviously could not. He wasn't on that, stage in his life.
Upper echelon. He didn't have that.
Do the upper echelon. So he borrowed money from his friend to take me out on the first day.
So his friend took you out basically.
Yeah, his friend took me out, and to be honest, he should have really taken me out because he was fine.
Oh shit.
He was sexy. And then ended up complaining the rest of our relationship about how he had to borrow money from his friends to take me out. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I've already fallen for him, Sha. Basically he didn't reply for the whole day, and it was making me lose my shit. It got to the point where, you know them ones where it's like a guy that is pursuing you, and then once they get you, they start finding you a little bit annoying because now you're all up with my girl and stuff. It's like, yeah, but this is what you wanted.
That's true.
This is what you wanted. Now you've got my attention. Now you're upset because I want to call you all the time. But when I was airing your calls, you was begging me. Anyways,
Right.
So he didn't reply to me for the whole day. So I took it upon myself to log into a Snapchat to see like when was the last time he was messaging
How
his
did
friends.
you do that?
Oh no.
Because obviously like guys have the same password for everything. So like
Oh
obviously,
my god.
so the password for his laptop, where you know we're just watching YouTube and stuff, is like, oh yeah, my passport is football 1 or whatever. I was like, let me try that on the Snapchat.
Hey, we're
What?
shit with our
So
passwords,
shit.
by the way.
So shit. So shit.
Football 1.
There's no imagination.
Exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark in it. You might even do an extra thing if you have to. If they go, can you please put in
Yeah,
icon
yeah,
as a
exactly.
password?
Yeah. Go on. Sorry. Anyway.
And then obviously logged into his Snapchat, and then I seen that he had messaged his friend from 5 minutes ago. So I'm like, wow. So like, you've not spoken to me all day, but here you are in the group chat keying.
Yeah.
But then also, I then saw another message from a girl. So I clicked on it, and he was like, oh baby, he said, oh, you look amazing, you know, you're gonna get me in trouble. And then the girl's like, oh yeah, why am I gonna get in trouble? Because, oh yeah, I have a girl, but you're so beautiful. And
So
then-
wait, don't the messages disappear, by the way?
So this must have been in the last 24 hours.
Oh shit.
So he must have been hot on his heels.
Yeah.
Does he get any points for honesty?
No, because
He
it wasn't
wasn't
honest.
Go
Because
on.
I've seen it.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like what pissed me off even
You didn't give him
more-
time though. It was 24 hours. To be. I'm joking.
Go.
I think what pissed me off is the fact that the girl ignored him, and it's like, okay, here you are trying to cheat, and the girl's like not even trying to hear what you have to say. Like, that's so
yeah.
clapped. Because why are people
Then you have the ick.
why are
Yeah.
people airing my man? Like why are people thinking they're above my man? That's dead.
That's crazy.
Let me ask you a question. Is it easier to leave? All right. Is
Wait,
it
he tried to
be
cheat and
honest.
failed.
Yeah, he tried to cheat, and the girls weren't rating him. So it's like, so why am I here if the girls are not rating me?
So technically, it's easier for you to leave a man who no gal really want like that than it is to actually leave a man who's kind of sought after in a way.
It depends why he's sought after. Like, I feel like if he's sought after because, like, you know, like, it's a lot harder to leave that guy because sometimes that guy is really changing, doing things for you, like, you know, changing your life, doing some romantic things. Like, he might have, like, some financial investment into you that if I leave this man, who's going to pay my rent now? Now I don't
Right.
have the extra 2K. You know,
Strongly. That's what he's
you
doing
know
with
that
Jane,
type of
though.
stuff. It's harder to leave those situations than if you're just a struggling footballer and you're begging, but I'm going. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's harder when there's other things at play.
So, could you see yourself dating a guy who is like, has all of that, but also is quite honest in saying, hear what I'm saying here, you can get the lifestyle, but every once in a while, you get what I'm saying? I might be outside a little bit.
Outside.
I like this. This feels honest.
You were gonna
It
say
feels
how
honest.
outside-
It feels honest.
How outside?
Shamefully outside.
No.
Outside and no one knows, but he's outside.
Yeah.
No. Not even no one knows thing. It's just, you know what, like, it could be like a, the chances of it happening isn't going to be on the doorstep. But if I go beefer,
Yeah.
something might go on.
Yeah,
If
so
I
no
go,
one knows.
huh?
So that means no one knows. Like Offset, when Offset
No, because you
was
might be with the
Cardi
man, then you might be. I mean, no one knows, but it's like,
But
I'm not
everyone
hiding
knows.
it.
Yeah, but
Do you
no
get what
one
I'm
knows.
saying?
No one's
Yeah.
got no concrete proof.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
everything.
gonna tell you. Like when I go to, I don't know, Ghana, that when I'm out there, I'm doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
But
GP.
you will know, you will have an inkling that that's a possibility
he's
that can
looking
happen.
after me.
And he's looking after you
I will do it.
strongly.
Serious.
I'll do it. Yeah.
So if you see him in Turks and Caicos
Yeah, he's
But-
right.
and he's not with you,
But he's looking after me. I'm good.
yeah.
He's not rubbing it in your face.
He's not rubbing it in my face.
But he's still living the life.
As far as I'm concerned, it's not happening.
Hey.
Then, you know what?
I don't know why you're clapping because I don't know, but yeah, I hear it though. I do hear it.
It's not happening. He's not rubbing it in my face. I don't know nothing.
Yeah. Why are you not clapping? All right.
Because she wants.
Because
She knows what she
knows what she wants.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. What are you like to date?
what am I like to date?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Because I always hear you asking like people questions about, you know, like them dating and whatever. But like, I'm just curious to know, like, what are you like to date?
Why do you want to know?
I'm just curious.
Okay.
Say kill the cat.
What am I like to date? I feel like I'm very intense, you know.
Is it? Yeah.
I'll make you feel like you're the only person in the world that I'm talking to.
Right.
Like you're the best.
Is that the case?
Like
now?
I'll make you feel like a king.
Right.
Yeah. The person I with feels like a king. They'll be like, yeah, this girl likes me. I'm very intense. I'm a very intense lover.
Yeah.
Once I get there, I feel like I've grown up to know that men can be very volatile in their emotions. So I have to also be very logical. And unless like we're really dating and you're my boyfriend, sorry, I'm gonna have my one eye open. Even husband, I'm gonna have my one eye open. But generally, I would say I'm very intense. I feel like my toxic trait is I tend to run away, and it's really fucked. Like,
Really?
whilst
Like
I'm
early? Or like later on down the line?
yeah, I would say like more early. Yeah.
Is
More
there a
the early
reason though
stage.
that you run? Is there something that happens and you go, I don't like this?
I feel like I have it. I love the idea of love, but I'm also very afraid of love. I'm afraid of being in love and that vulnerability. So by the time I start getting there, I start panicking a little bit, and then I might self-sabotage and just leg it.
Be out of there.
Like it's a very toxic trait of mine, and I'm trying to work on it.
Future.
Is there someone that's got away? You see, when you think about that, is there like one person you think, do you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
No, because I feel like the right man will always come
Yeah.
and chase you. I feel like reassurance is important. Every woman wants reassurance.
Yeah.
And I feel like right now we're in the stage of nonchalant dating where it's like, I like you, you like me, but I'm gonna be cool with it. Oh, you text me 2 hours ago, okay, I'll see you in 4. Like, and just that art of like chasing and wanting a person and saying, listen, I like you, like singing in the rain type shit. Funny, I have 2 older sisters and they're like 35, 32. They come from a different era. And it's like, I remember I used to come back from school and see niggas sitting at their door. Sitting at their door.
Yeah.
Like, maybe like my sister didn't pick up the house phone that day and then they must have done something. Like, I've seen man them beg to my mum for my sisters. Like,
Crazy.
oh, please, auntie, like, please, like, she's not talking to me, like, anymore. What's going on? Like, that's the era that my sisters grew up in, where guys were just a lot more persistent and hungry. And now it's like, yeah, like, I'm cool. Like, it's, you know, everyone is nonchalant. Everyone is chill.
Yeah.
The real lovers is dying now. No one is.
It's you girls' fault though.
Why?
Let me tell you so. Let me show you why you not contributed, yeah.
Oh, here he bloody goes.
know what I mean?
Here he bloody goes
You know
again.
what I mean?
We're Egypts. We're Egypts. We just want your attention. Guys just want girls' attention.
Okay.
So we follow what gal are doing and what gal like. Back in the day, gal like Jodeci. I'm in need of love. So baby, you're in need. And because of that, the boy said, what? We have to go and serenade these women. Now these gal want Cardi B and all this type of stuff. Man like me can't deal with that, you know, dog. I don't know what them type of gal want.
Yeah, but
And that
remember,
is-
there was still Little Kim before Cardi B, though.
and Little Kim was a rarity with Foxy Brown. Now Little Kim and Foxy Brown are everywhere.
What, are you just...
Everywhere.
No, I don't know, man.
You don't know? Let's go through the list. Number 1, we
No, I
got
know what
Cardi
you
B.
mean, like musically, but in life.
But that's what I'm trying to say. The music influences the life. So you take a look at the way a lot of people
Do you
dress.
really
it's because
believe
of-
this? Like,
music
do you
influences
No,
life.
of course music influences life, yeah. But do you feel like outside there's just a whole load of Cardi B's like that?
Do you know why do I feel like this?
Bearing in mind, she was married and,
Dep-
that, and she did have a child and she was with a man for a piece.
And she also used to drug men. What I'm saying to you is this, yeah? I'm only talking what's happened on planet Earth. We can't get angry with me. I'm just saying, yeah, Chuckie. When I was growing up, it's not alleged, she admitted it. We just got to tell the truth. When I was growing up, gal dressed a particular way, depending on who they were. Now that we got Instagram,
the way people dress is accessible for everyone. So even a man them can look like the coolest kid in the world. These times he's just wearing the same mannequin or flipping Selfridges somewhere. You're not even that cool. You just know what the outfit is. So now I'm confused on what I'm seeing. I think you're something, but you're not. You just copied the outfit. So I don't even know who is who. So yeah, man, it's confusing for the man them because you think you've got the right. Yeah,
can I just say, off camera, everyone is very confused. Looking at everyone is very confused. Everyone's face is like.
And everyone is also single.
I'm
just saying.
No, you know,
I'm single.
Right, here we go. Yes,
I'm very much in love.
Are you?
Yeah, I love that. Oh, can we get to that in a moment? But
hello,
please move on. It's move on.
It's new, and you don't want to mash it up.
The cherry has become thing.
Fresh?
Oh my god, move on.
All right,
move on.
She's in love, you know. I rate it.
Nah, do you know what it is?
And you could try sleeping in
I love his underrated.
I don't know, man. I just like, in my experience in life, yeah, I do feel like personally, I do come across a lot of good women. I feel like I have, for a long period of time, ultimately been the problem.
Yeah, what is your problem?
Say what you just said.
I remember when I first met you and I thought, this guy's real fine. You real fine shit. You're a good looking guy, you're doing well for yourself, but you're single.
Yeah, so I was a big self-sabotage.
Okay.
Self-sabotager. I had a bit, like, one thing that I really went through at one point was feeling like I wasn't in the space that I wanted to be at. I always remember this conversation, yeah? So I was with somebody, I've done the self-sabotage thing. Mm-hmm. Obviously, spoken to my brethren, and he's basically like, kind of just done it again, innit? So we're unpacking it and whatnot, and I'm just saying to him, do you know what, like, at this point, I just didn't feel like I was at where I wanted to be at, yeah? And then he was just saying, listen, if you find somebody who you get on with in so many different levels and she's prepared to ride that with you, then there's power in that. Like, ultimately, like, you will find somebody who wants to like achieve a certain level of success with you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Whereas for me, I couldn't get it out of my head. I was like, well, yeah, that sounds good, but how I feel is just how I feel. If I'm with someone, I'm like, I can't do the things that I want to do. Can't go on holidays right now. Obviously, we can go eat. We can do a couple of stuff here, but I just need to focus on work.
How long was this conversation?
How long was it?
Yeah, how long ago was it?
Probably, this had to be about 8 years ago now.
And see, this is the problem.
Yeah.
Because when is a man ever going to be ready?
Well, that's what he said.
I feel like every time you guys, and again, it's not your fault. Society does put a lot of pressure on men and where they need to be in their status. But I feel like you guys also underestimate how far you do go and do come, and you push the threshold. It goes from, oh, I'll be ready when I buy the house, and then you buy the house and be like, I'll be ready when I build the fence, and then you build the fence and be like, oh, but there's no beds, I need to buy the beds. 100%. And then you buy the beds, and then you constantly.
But Joy, here's the thing. No, but wait, let me just finish.
Niggas just want to be outside.
No, that wasn't the case for me.
Niggas want to be outside.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm just talking for me. I'm not talking for them. But here's the thing, is that, like, cool, I know that we've had this conversation now. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that tomorrow when I go outside and I meet somebody that all of a sudden that's just gonna go. It takes practice, because this is a real feeling that I've been feeling for ages, and a practice that I've been practicing for time. So even when you just have one conversation and you have an epiphany and you know that, you know what, this is right, it's difficult to just meet somebody. Firstly, it's difficult to meet someone anyway, really, yeah? But to meet somebody and then just say, all right, cool, I've had this conversation now, I'm just going to implement it like that, you're going to have one bag of teething problems. You know what the reality is, though? I am ready today, definitely. I am.
You're ready to what?
I'm ready today.
You're ready to date?
Ready to date.
So you've not been dating seriously at all, you've just been...
Do you say you're ready to date, or I'm ready to date?
I'm ready to date. I'm definitely ready.
To date or today?
Today.
Today, you said today.
Yeah, today.
Oh, you're ready today?
Yeah, so the problem we had 8 years ago,
I don't have that problem
no
today.
more.
Okay.
Today, I'm ready.
No, like, I wouldn't say that all of this time I have been dating with no intention. Me and Pope's been speaking about certain things from before. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just, for whatever reason, there's certain fundamental differences in which can't work. And then you're like, well, even though I'm ready to be in this position now, I'm not ready to put a fundamental difference aside for the purpose of being in a relationship. That's not going to work for me.
I feel like someone needs to fall first. That's the problem. So that's it. Someone needs to fall first. I feel like men and women, I know we're in an age where everyone's like, oh yeah, you know, the Cardi B's and the fuck niggas and the fuck, let's get this money
so
and
prominent.
independent.
Is it really?
What? What world are you living in?
I mean, for the type of...
I just think a lot of it is internet stuff, man.
It's not internet stuff.
That's the problem. For the girlies who are singing this song, a lot of it is the internet stuff. Because majority of the girls who sing this song are going home to squeeze their man's bum cheeks.
To bits.
And going to
tongue
stand.
on the lips, everything.
Type shit. Like,
yeah, but then back in the day, they'll squeeze their man's and mine. So what I'm trying to say.
You're crazy. I just
don't say things like that.
I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm just saying I don't know if it's as loud as it comes across.
Nigga, we're all single. It's fucking loud. I can hear it now.
I don't know why
That
you
doesn't
keep
mean
saying
that.
we all have in love.
Yeah.
You don't even want to talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
Let me say something. 1 second, yeah. You see people that are in love, they want to talk about it. You want to move on.
Yeah,
so
man,
I don't know what's going on here.
If I was that guy, I'd be like, what? You don't want to talk about me? But you're talking about your brand new show?
Yeah,
Going to New York? What? I'm not New York. Come on.
You can't talk something private.
No, I want to ask
Do you know
you
what?
to
Can
ask
I say
about.
something? Yeah, I give so much of myself to
I hear
the
it.
internet, man. My goodness, I was talking about.
Media training. I've heard this before.
I'll give so much. How much of me do y'all want?
Oh, Tyrese, please. You could tell us you got a boyfriend. You're having a great time. You don't need to know his name.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, you just have.
I don't have a boyfriend, but I'm in a good place in my relationship, and that's okay. I wouldn't specifically say I'm.
That's why I love women, man.
I don't have a boyfriend.
So why can't more women be like that? See that? I'm in love, but I don't have a boyfriend. That's a
Yeah, I
safe
mean,
space.
there are a bunch of questions I do want to ask, but I guess that they are quite personal, and I won't do that. One, I will tell you what one of them is, but you don't have to answer it, and we'll move on. But does he? You could answer this in your mind, but you see, like, some of the things that you like really look for in somebody, like the regimented stuff and that. You have all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gangster.
All right.
Don't you think it's difficult though? Like, because I would have learned from my parents on how to have a relationship. Absolute mess. From day one, they were
why are
arguing.
you smiling at me like
I'm
that?
just happy for you.
It's nice, isn't it?
I'm just happy for you.
So you know, like for example, most things you learn from experience. These things, anyways. You don't go to school for this. So where I've had a poor experience. Other people had poor experiences. Now it's time for you to put it into practice. And then you don't even know who you are. So you've got to take this journey about learning about yourself. And then you meet this person, and then you're trying to tell them who you are, and then they're telling you, yeah, but I don't like this, that, and the third. And then you got to figure out, wait, is that they don't like it because it's bad or preference? Then you think, should I change myself? The process of a relationship in my mind is so complex. I need something that is less thought through. It just needs to sort of, I be around somebody and all the questions that I ask, somehow they're just answered without me even asking them. And then 4 or 5 months later, we're in a place where we can start having a conversation like that. You see, when you were speaking about that level of intent, which is from day one, I'm so afraid to do that. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't even know how I ended up liking you. I don't know how you end up liking me. I don't want to question things. I like that we got here. Let's just keep going. A lot of my friends that I speak to, they're just so intentional from day one without even meeting the person. I'm like, if that's the environment we're in, could that be half of the problem? You have intent without meeting the person you have intention for.
No, not necessarily. Like, if you're starting from a place of intent, that's always going to be good, right?
Yeah,
but if you haven't met the person, though, if you understand where I'm coming from, say for example, you're not interested in anything, and then something strikes you, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
I feel like here can be the problem. Yeah. So right now, I'm dating with full intention.
Oh, serious?
100,000,000%.
So then, when it comes to
but though, there's certain things that I won't compromise on though. So we can get to, like, I'm meeting somebody, and when we're around each other, in my mind, I'm assessing, like, does this feel good? Can this be us? Like, are we, you know what I mean? Could this be something special? So where some people go wrong is that they will say to themselves, well, I'm this age, I got this going on. By the time I I'm at this stage. I believed I was going to have this anyway.
Yeah.
So the first person that they meet, they'll date with the intention, but the first person that they meet, they slot them into that thing that they thought that they
this
was
plan
always
that
gonna
they've
have.
got.
Yeah. So then what happens is you just ignore fundamental differences because you believe at this point in time you were supposed to have this anyway. Then what ends up happening? One bag of problems later on down the line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas for me, there's like just a couple of things where I'm like, you know what? If this is what I would like, this is what I would want. Let's say, for example, kids.
Yeah.
I believe that I could be with somebody who may not be able to have kids, but I definitely can't be with somebody who's telling me they don't want them.
Okay.
So if I sit down with somebody, I'm dating with the intention now, we're cool. Bare boxes are getting ticked off, we're enjoying the time together, and I can see a future. If we now have this conversation and she says to me, this is not what I see in my future, I have to leave.
Shall you fall in love?
Huh?
Shall you fall in love?
No, I can't fall in love yet. I can't. This comes up quick, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
is it?
part comes up quick for me, bro. The reason why is because it didn't come up quick before.
And then the
and I
problem-
and I will always remember how that felt when that conversation came up, because I was in something and then that was a conversation. Do you get what I'm saying? And then it was a big derailment. Now I'm not on that. No, I'm not sitting there around the table. All right, so would you? I'm not doing that.
It's not that. You got game.
You know what I'm saying?
Guy.
We're just gonna sit and just vibes and whatnot, and like we'll talk, but I'm listening. No, if I'm asking a question, I'm really, really listening.
Because you know what you want now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I bring up certain things now, and they say, "Oh yeah, nah, I don't think whatever," I will say, "Okay, well, yeah, this is kind of that's how I see the future, whatever." But I'm listening to that. I'm not gonna just say, "All right, cool. Well, you know what? She's Chris. We get on really well with, like everything else is good and whatnot, and this looks good and that and blah blah blah." Because this is gonna cause me. I know how I'm gonna react later on down the line, especially when you tell me, "But I told you."
Oh, I hate
This is
that.
what, yeah.
But I told you. Nah. So yeah. Hopefully the
it's
next
good.
time we chat, I'll be where you're at.
You know what? I think it's so good. I feel like dating intentionally is an amazing thing, and I don't know why people are a bit weird about it. It's like, okay, I wanna find someone, I wanna settle down. I'm going into this with the intention that hopefully can come out of something. Like people will go to girls and be like, oh yeah, that's so male centered, but I don't think it is at all. It's like, you know what you want. Obviously, if you want kids with the same man, if you want to be married, whatever it is, like there always needs to be an intention to it. So I think it's good. I feel like I give you 4 months. I think you'll be fine.
4?
Yeah.
Oh well, hopefully.
I give it 4 months. I feel like, especially, I feel like
Look at Poet's face.
So, do you know, I'm just trying to work. Honestly, how people have it
What's
so
your
sussed
issue?
up, I just don't get.
What's
people,
your issue?
man.
But what is your
Niggas are
issue?
confusing, fam. Huh?
I honestly, I know.
Yeah.
I know the age we're in, but I really feel like when 2 people are intentional about, listen, I actually want to be with someone and I feel like you're compatible, I don't think it's that hard.
No, you know what? What you
really
lot
don't.
what you lot are saying is not confusing. It makes so much sense.
But in
But when I correlate it with practice, I'm like, maybe I live somewhere else. Because in my mind, I've never been around a more confused group of people, and I'm involved. I'm just as confused to a certain extent. So my method into, like, there's someone I speak to now, but my method into getting to that point, I don't even know how I got there. So that makes me feel comfortable. And then I can have conversations which are just quite normal and try and figure it all out, rather than that intention of, yeah, I'm gonna, like, that's just in my mind. I'm putting too much faith in other
And
people.
this is the
I don't
problem.
have that faith in people, to be fair.
This
I'd
is the
rather
problem.
be met with, and that could be a problem. You're right. It could be the problem.
You don't trust, we don't trust.
No, I do trust.
But putting faith in someone means you have to trust in them that what you invest into them is gonna yield. That's trust.
And that's the
Can
part.
I interject though?
Go on.
Yeah.
So putting a faith in somebody, you have to get to a certain place to be able to do
Put
that
faith.
first.
Yeah. Trust me.
So here's the thing, yeah. You can date intentionally, and then once you see that it can move in a certain direction, then you start over time putting a lot more faith into what this could potentially be, because you have the same common goal and you're going in the right direction. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand. I don't think. I don't know. It's just a very confusing thing. Like, in my mind, just to have a whole way of interacting with people and to call it something
it's just weird in my mind. Not to say that it shouldn't happen, but it's just so weird. So I'm just like, I live life, I meet someone, okay, let's roll. When people say date, I'm like, oh, right, so do you date more than one person? Yeah, I'm like, that's weird. I couldn't see more than one person.
I get what you're. I get how you're. I get what you mean and how you're saying.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't understand. Like, I couldn't date more than one person. I couldn't be telling more than one person all of this information about me, about my family, like I couldn't be doing that like it's my job or something. Like, you're not. Nothing's that important. Like, nah, bro. I want to meet someone.
But I think we're still saying the same thing, though, G.
I think we're saying the same thing, and I also feel like people need to take dating and the person they're with as a kind of like, not just, oh, I love this person, this loves me, but it's also a business. It's also a transaction between two people.
Talk on that, yeah.
So when you're saying things like, oh, it's just like, oh, I love this person and this person loves me, it's like, no, it's a lot more thought out about that.
Okay.
Compatibility, the values that you guys can invest in each other.
Love isn't enough.
Love is definitely not enough.
But then how do you practice love? Because my love would be enough, because if you're my girl or you're my brethren or something, and Chuckie can tell you, I've got your back. Not like I've got your back like we're cool. My nigga, I've got your back. If you're my girl, the way I've got your back is crazy.
Yeah.
I've got your back. So I'm just saying, like, it depends, I guess, on how you practice love. But men also
need to think about that too, because I feel like a lot of times men get run with the wrong woman because you're looking for breast and yash, but the woman that can invest into you don't like her because she has boho braids and stays at home and flowers. The women that you need, you don't want.
No, listen, you're talking sense. Yeah. I know a lot of people that...
It's like, oh yeah, the girls I always go for, like, they're always draining me for the cash, like, because the girls that...
Those are the girls you're going
that's
for.
Their job, like, that's what they're meant to do.
That's what they're meant to do. But
and
the
them
women,
like, great, by the way.
and there's loads of women. There's loads of well-educated women. There's loads of women who, you know, they don't mind going 50-50. They don't mind,
100.
Building a house together.
100.
But you don't want her because she's not wearing the 30-inch bust down and has the big cheeks. That's the problem.
I don't think... Men don't care about the bust down. Like, we don't give a shit about...
Oh, no.
What I'm talking about is
you're talking the truth. I've spoken to some man
really
that are telling me about what a woman does and her achievements, and to an extent I have a love for it, but not past like a girl can't pull up in a car and I'm like, oh, like what are we doing?
No, but guys look at those things.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Guys look at those things because
I'm
they're
with
like,
MJ.
For me, like the way recently I've realized that guys look at women. Guys look at women to date that their friends could be like, yeah, like that's that. Yeah, you ate that. So when the girls coming out with
I'm telling you, bro.
You love your friends. When a guy will pick a girl,
all his brethren's gonna say,
for his brethren's to be like, raw, she come raw, yeah.
All right. So here's
I think men are the new women. They're becoming the new women.
That's for sure. But
100%.
But from my experience and conversations that I've had with people, this is not saying all. This is just from my experience. Is that in fact a lot of men do not love the fact that a woman has got her own things like that.
I think that's the old school man. There's a lot of men I see nowadays sponging off their gal.
Sorry, can I just land as well? Do you know what as well, yeah? A lot of men, from certain conversations that I've heard, even when it comes down to things like holidays, you see when a gal has been here, there, this, Miami, here, whatever, enough men do not like that. They don't like it. You know, I got a friend who's like, she's up. She does like pretty well for herself, yeah? Well, actually, her and her family, she said she went on I'm sorry, because I know she watches this, and I've said this before. I'm really sorry, but I've got to use this. She's gone on a date now. She's like, they've gone, had dinner, whatever else, yeah? He's then said to her, all right, cool, I'm going to walk you to the whip. She's like, no, you don't need to do that. It's okay, it's fine. He's like, nah, I want to walk you to the... He wants to do the gentleman thing. But she's saying to him, honestly, it's okay. The reason why she's saying this is because she's preempting what's going to happen. So they walk down this road, took a left and a right, they see the big G-Wag with the thing whatnot now, yeah? She said his face dropped. He was like, is this your car? She was like, yeah. And then obviously they had some conversations. Do you know what happened after that?
Stop talking to her.
Ghosting.
No, but I respect it.
Who ghosted?
My man, he was
This is
out
what I
there.
respect it because
Why?
this is the thing, right?
Because for him, in his mind, she's got way more than me
Yeah.
in his head,
It's ego.
and the idea,
Ding,
right,
ding, ding, ding,
exactly.
ding. That's
I
all
don't
it
think
is.
it's
And so
ego.
that's the premise of
I
the
don't
point
think
I'm
it's
making.
ego. I think it's the reality.
Okay, go
Okay.
on.
Oh,
I
God.
think it's the reality of the situation.
Go on.
Which
Obviously,
is
there are two people who are in a different financial situation. Obviously, you're talking about guys that don't like to date girls who are always on holiday because they know that if they are involved in those girls, that's something that's going to be a financial.
No, that's not what I,
responsibility
that's
to
not what I
them.
meant. That's not what I meant.
That's
Okay.
not,
I
that's
meant,
not
I
the
meant
reason,
like,
though.
But let's-
I'm talking
but
about the point that I'm making is not even just about the holiday. It's about the experience. So it's like, it's not that she goes on holiday all the time.
Yeah.
It's that she's been on holiday loads of times.
So
yeah.
who's she
So
gone
in
with?
his mind,
Who's she gone with?
ego
Excuse me?
again, because he's
Yeah.
thinking, all right, you've been
Hold
to
on,
man.
hold on. You need pause that one.
That's who she's
right
got. That's
now.
exactly who. That's exactly what
What
these
a
guys
guy's
are thinking.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Trust
so,
me.
So the ultimate point that I'm making is that, like, yes, of course, men do like a woman who has got certain things going for herself and whatnot, yeah. But I do genuinely believe that a lot of men, I can't tell you the percentage, when she's got too much things going on, they don't love that. They do not love that. Let me tell you this. I'll go as far as saying this, yeah. I believe if a man lives in a flat and the woman that he meets lives in a 6-bedroom yard, he's not loving that.
Yeah, but that's got
He's
for
not
me,
loving it.
because the girl obviously clearly the woman is doing better than him.
Not necessarily.
Be for real. And this is the thing. I feel like some guys need to just take it in. Just take it in. Take it in. Take it in. Take it in.
You say accept the reality.
Women
Accept it, man.
statistically are doing so much better.
Yeah.
Statistically, this is not MJ just saying things that she
You
usually
said that
No,
the
no, no,
music's
no.
just started. She's talking the truth. The music started.
They're just doing statistics. If you cannot sit here and tell me that a guy who has a flat and again having a flat is an amazing achievement.
Yeah.
Compared to a woman who's got a 6-bed house, you can't sit there and be like, not necessarily she's doing better.
No, you're right.
She's doing better.
She's doing better. Yeah,
Come
she's doing
on.
better.
A
No, I mean-
6-bed
Yeah,
in
it was a 6-bed in
London.
fucking
Yeah.
Newcastle. It's a 6-bed.
God, dude,
Right.
she's
No, it could be
doing
inheritance
better.
and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Ultimately, that's probably not the best example.
But I
But
know
the
you're
point,
going
the
with
point
that.
that I'm making though is that, like, you would be surprised at the amount of men that feel funny about women that do well for themselves in that aspect in which you was talking about. Men do like a woman who looks a certain way,
Yeah,
so
of
they
course.
can bring in front of their brethren and say, "This is my gal" and whatnot. But she's pulling up in this and got the bust. Like, I genuinely don't believe that men really even care about a woman wearing a bust down anyway.
They do.
Okay, I'm with you, MJ.
Really?
The new age
do.
guy
I'm
has
telling
been
you.
raised by more or less a woman because the men were too whatless and they pissed off. So you've got a lot of guys whose perception is based not just on a man, but female's perspective as well.
1,000%.
So now there's a lot of guys that are impressed by shiny things. I can't lie to you.
Not from their woman. Not from
Yes,
the
from their woman. I've spoken
You know
to
what?
boys and they've told me she pulled up in this and she had
Yeah.
she what. I'm like,
They care because they're trying to size you like.
They're
how
trying to
would-
chop.
How
Sorry.
how would I look?
I'm
as a
sorry,
man?
they're trying to chop.
that
How
could be
would
true
I
as well.
look if you're next to me, right? Because a lot of times a woman is a reflection of a man. Imagine a guy
Yes.
who's not that handsome
Yeah.
and he's next to the finest thing. You're gonna think, oh, he must have money because they ain't no way he's next to her for no reason.
But she might like him.
Well, she might generally know. She probably didn't, but you know, like, she probably didn't. If we're being honest, but even me, like, I remember a guy. Imagine I'm at a party and I had my good watch on, and the guy came up to me. He picked up my wrists. Imagine he picked up my wrist because, oh, what is that? What you're on? And I was like, it's just something light for the party.
right,
Just something
then.
light for the party. Do you know what this boy said to me? He was like, oh yeah, obviously, like, my girl's got the 20k Bulgari. He used his girl to try and
Stunt on
my thing.
Yeah.
And
But
guess what
I-
was on his arm?
What?
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah, but what might be?
Why are you
what,
using
but what might be in his
your
bank might be a
babes
different thing, though.
Why are you using your bed's watch?
You're right, but what
Yeah,
might-
I'm still upset.
I hear you.
Let it out.
I hear you. But what might be in his bank might be a different thing. But even then, I still believe that is a smaller percentage of man. I believe that. I think it's unfortunate. I'm not saying this as a pro, by the way. I think it's a mad, unfortunate thing. Purely based on the fact as well, where you just said that, like, statistically, women are doing a lot better for themselves. In that, I think that if certain people were very honest about it, if they were truthfully honest, there is something about a level of purity that some men take on in an unfortunate way. They want to be able to do things first with them. They want to be able to still be just, even you can have something, but I still need to just be here, little piece. Like, there's a whole bunch of elements to this stuff. So you can do well, but just not better than me. That's what I think.
Do you date women from Africa?
Do I date women from Africa?
Yeah.
I've dated a woman from
You date women from Africa?
From Ghana.
Yeah, I have.
Why?
My baby mom's African.
What's the point though?
I just feel like this conversation. I feel like Caribbean men and African men.
Okay.
If this was a room full of African boys, they'll understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Fair.
Jamaican men, we don't. Yeah, I hear you.
Fair. African men rise up though, so we can know.
Yo.
Oh yeah, why for that?
Pause.
Why for that? Yeah, pause.
No, that's crazy. African men rise up. That's pause, man. Pause.
Hey, I have to fly. Do you know what we didn't do? The Kano thing. But you know, we'll salute Kano now, and then we'll come back and just, because I feel like we can't just talk about that for 1 minute and it not be a thing.
We finished?
Yeah, I've got to fly.
You're going?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so late. Oh,
it's
no.
alright, it's fine.
You're an hour and a half.
You got an hour and a half in still.
That's good. No.
2 hours 22.
This was such a good chat.
Yeah. Come back again,
you,
though.
man.
Come back
I
again
do
when you're
wanna
more
come
in
back.
love. When you're more in love.
We
Where's
need
your
an
new studio
update.
as well?
You've been there.
Oh, is it the same one that was?
Yeah,
East London, isn't it?
you've been.
Can me and Chuckie come?
Is it in
Of
East
course you
London?
can.
Yeah, can me and Chuckie come?
Why?
Are you coming to East London?
Yeah.
Come.
When?
Anytime.
Oh yeah, if I'm invited, I'll go. but-
Okay, sorry. You need an invite. Okay, cool, guys. Okay, let me.
Nah,
okay,
do you know
cool.
what? I'm not gonna do that. I go East London. Like, let me not cap like I don't go
Okay,
East London. I
no,
go
because
East
I'm
London.
the same, because I'm actually the same. Chuckie, I would love for you to come on our podcast. Let's do a part 2. I'm having it on camera, guys. Hold us accountable. We're gonna do the part 2.
All right.
And I would like Chuckie to talk about his new queen when he comes on, because
Alright,
he's gonna
cool.
be in love. The
All
fuck.
right. Cool.
Listen, we are advocating. You've been so honestly. Chuckie's never been, but you've been on. But I wanna have you guys come. Let's chop it
for
up.
sure.
I love it when you come on.
Yeah.
know
You
I
two
love
have a special little thing going on.
Honestly,
it's kind of nice to watch.
We should have ended up together, but it's okay.
But someone has stolen, you know.
It's okay. So it's okay.
It's okay. Don't worry. It can get work. It can work on. It can work on.
Hey, bro, you've done so well, you know.
Yeah, you have actually.
You've done so
honestly,
well, honestly,
you really have.
You've done
you really
well,
have,
man.
Thank you. God is good.
Like, I think that this is something that you should be like majorly proud of, and I know, and I love the fact that you see when somebody stands on things. I like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people with a microphone and they're not standing on anything, and they want the same type of accolades, and they want the same type of noise or that traction that you have. And I think sometimes that comes with a bit of sacrifice. Sometimes it comes with people not agreeing with what you're saying, and it means that you're going to get taken out of context. And also, do you know what? Sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes you might change your opinion. It's okay.
It's okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Just keep like building on what you're doing, and once all of this is all done, you're going to be a part of the story. Yeah. People are going to be talking about you.
Yeah.
So,
And then we're going to go R&B in France. But yeah,
there you go.
Yeah! I need to come to an R&B. I'm going to bring my new boo to come to R&B for the lovers.
Hold the corner and scrub the
For the
wall.
lovers.
Hold the corner and scrub the wall.
Do you know what? I've never been to an R&B
I
party.
can't
I hear
believe
good things,
it.
you know.
That's
I
I hear
can't
good
believe
things.
it.
The
I heard
last
people.
one.
I saw like a reel of someone kissing, like bare people kissing in the club. That's gonna be me, guys. I'm gonna be kissing, spit in my mouth, huh? Who said that?
You know what's happened at R&B? I've been like in my mind waiting for it. I want the proposal, man.
Oh,
I want the wedding proposal.
Oh, do you know what someone told me the other day? I've got it on camera.
Go on.
He met his missus at one of the first R&Bs. Yeah.
In
like-
over London Bridge.
No, he
Upside.
went to the very first one in where is it? Where is
That's
it?
near
North
London Bridge, bro. Not London. Is it London Bridge?
No, Trent Park. You was
Trent-
there?
Oh, Trent Park. I was there. Oh,
Yeah,
tell a
yeah.
lie, the first one's Trent Park.
Yeah, bro, they're together and they're expecting a baby.
Oh,
What?
gee.
Yeah.
They need to forward to that.
Yeah, sick.
R&B is
Love,
making
love.
children. I'm sorry.
I got it on camera.
We
still.
love
And he
love.
said he's gonna propose as well. He told me he's gonna do that.
Now he's got to do it R&B.
Yeah, do you know what?
I want
he
that
has to.
R&B.
I think Taser's got his details, but yeah.
Also,
Listen,
another one. Sorry, shout out Taser. I'm seeing the development on the camera. I just saw the last post
my
he
God,
done.
yeah, the real.
Hey,
Look at
he's
The colour grading
good,
is given. No,
bro.
the colour grading is given.
Brother,
Let's not pretend things are not advancing.
The colour grading is
look at
given.
this picture.
I saw crazy.
Yeah, he's eating. The colour grading has been
But
going
Chuckie,
up.
Charlie, 99% that's you though.
Huh? Nah, man.
I'm joking.
Taser's good with it still.
Bro, the last thing he filmed a piece of content advertising R&B.
Yeah, I saw it. It looks so good,
you know,
yeah.
It looks cold.
He graded that, and do you know grading is probably the hardest thing
Hardest
to do. It's
thing.
fucking hard.
And what's funny is that when we started, obviously he didn't talk about a camera one time. And then I remember like maybe about a year and a half in, he had one of these. This was one of his first ones, yeah. And then he's got another camera, and then this Don would not stop talking about camera. This Don would ring me at like 11 at night with a new discovery. He's got this new discovery he's telling me about. These times, obviously, I'm just kicking back in I'm in my introverted mode, innit? But I'm hearing the excitement or whatnot, showing me new pictures. Can't wait to go here and do that. And then you can start seeing like over the time, like, oh wait,
better, yeah.
did you do that? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it's actually gradually getting better. So yeah, man, where he's at right now with it, his
Big up
eye,
Mr.
his
Black.
vision, he knows what he wants to shoot. So
I wanted to do a flipping tour guide of the world, bro. Kind of similar to what like Hells and them lot do, because you do R&B in so much different countries.
yeah.
Taser in Malta.
Oh yeah,
Taser
when we go
in-
to Malta next time, he's gonna capture some very cold stuff, bro.
I'm quite Malta, you know, by the way.
Oh come on, man, you know you're good. All right, listen. Thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah, love.